Eternal content creator Echo Baron has hooked us up with two great places to practice for your Eternal weekend. We have this Legacy event happening right now, and I'm playing a pretty spicy one. All right, welcome back, Eternal gamers. Today we are playing the other Eternal format in Legacy. If you enjoyed this event structure, make sure you sign up for the Vintage event, September 27th. This is going to be the Echo Eternal weekend. Basically, low entry fee, open to anyone. We're playing on Magic Online. We're playing for treasure chests. And the first place prize is a painting from Kai Sawatarix. So that is a crazy prize. Really cool. I don't know if you've seen any of Kai's work. Let me pull up some Kai's work. That was clearly not ready for that, but why wouldn't we want to take a quick little peek at it? He's just this really look at this. Look at this crazy stuff. We got Emrakuls and skeletons, and these are some of the tokens. And so we're getting, custom Kai painting for the winner of this event, which I think is a great prize. So today we're playing Legacy, and later this month we'll play some Vintage. I have not been playing a lot of Legacy recently. I've been playing not that much Magic recently, but Legacy in general. Sometimes I sleeve it up one league before a big Eternal weekend. So I did ask Andreas, hey, I think these blue painter ideas are really cool. What do you think I should play? And he's like, okay, I got a deck for you. I got a brew for you. And this is what we're playing today. We are playing blue-black Painter Servant. This deck is right up my alley. It's going to be using Ancient Tomb, Stock Up, Force of Will. We're playing the very powerful Legacy staple Tamiyo. We have Emery here. We have the Painter Servant combo with Painter Servant plus Grindstone as a one tap KO. But we also have Urza Saga as a 4-of. So we can win the game on the ground, make some large construct tokens, give them some boots. We've got crazy draw engines with Stock Up and Thoughtcast and Emery. Nice counterspell suite with forces and negations and even some metallic rebukes. We are prepared for the blue-black Reanimator Menace with main deck Nihil Spellbombs. I guess this also hits things like Oops All Spells and Cephalid Breakfast and those kind of things. So it seems like we have a lot of tech for what's happening in the format. And I think the coolest thing that I see is this sideboard pivot plan here of bringing in some Barrogoyfs. This is a really powerful card that I think should maybe see some more play in Vintage, even though it doesn't right now. Especially out of maybe like a Doomsday sideboard pivot, being able to Dark Ritual into this. Obviously, this is a card that is going to be, adversely affected by the fact that Lurrus is allowed. It's going to be hard to justify a 3-drop when you have the power of Lurrus, but this is a very powerful 3-drop. Death Touch, Lifelink, scaling based on cards in graveyard. When it hits the player, you mill that many cards and you put a creature from among them into the hand. So really, really powerful card that's going to use that Ancient Tomb mana base really well. Maybe uses the Mox Opal, the Lotus Petal. You can go Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, play a Barrogoyf on turn 1. This is really cool because this is the direction I've been trending towards in Legacy recently. Different kind of Ancient Tomb stock up decks. I really like the playing stock up, and I think playing Ancient Tomb is one of the better things you can be doing, along with playing Wasteland or playing Brainstorm or playing Daze, those kind of things. If you're not doing those kind of things, it makes sense to be using Ancient Tomb to accelerate ahead of schedule and play some kind of powerful pseudo combo deck. I think this is a really cool deck because it's not a true combo deck. It is a combo deck, but it has, very much has grinding plans with Urza Saga and Tamiyo and Emery and Stock Up, but it also, isn't going to just lose to combo on the other side because we do have our free counter magic and Force of Will, and we can be fast. I'm sure this deck can win on turn 2 probably at its super fastest. Maybe that's exaggeration. I guess we'll see as it goes. Of course, will preface this by saying, like I said, I have not been playing very much Legacy, and I've played 0 matches with this deck. So I will not be playing it perfectly. Not that I play any deck perfectly. I am still a Magic player. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a learning experience as we go. I'm going to play as many rounds as I can. This is starting nice and early in the morning, so I'm going to play as many rounds as I can, learn as much as I can. And hopefully at the end of this, we'll see if this is kind of maybe a direction that I'd like to head for Legacy Eternal weekend. I have no idea what I'm going to actually play for all the Eternal weekends, because I always do play the Legacy and the Vintage events. So I'll have to figure that out. But this certainly looks like the style of deck that I would be interested in trying. And so I hope that I've been served up a good one, and I hope I can live up to as cool of a deck as this is. I can play it well and show it off for all of you today in this Echo Eternal Weekend Legacy event. Do you want to compete for custom paintings and tons of treasure chests from the comfort of your own home? Eternal Magic content creator Echo Baron is hosting 2 MTGO Echo Eternal weekend events open to everyone. Mark your calendars for Legacy September 6th and Vintage now on September 27th, and buy your tickets for Echo Eternal weekend today. All right, here we are in round 1. Versus KJ. I gotta figure out what hands are good here. I can't imagine that this is a bad hand. I can see this not being a good hand. But I have a Tameo. I've got multiple artifacts. I'm gonna try keeping it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I assume I'm looking for like turn 1 Emeries and that kind of thing. But you know, gotta keep reasonable hands as well. Obviously, this hand would be not very good if my opponent was on some kind of combo-oriented deck. They are mulliganing to 5 at the moment. But if they're on some kind of more on the grindy scale, and I know Legacy is not like Vintage, right? You're not always trying to have like force against opening your hands, that kind of thing. So we might have to repair though. That'd be very good for my opponent who's on a mold of 5. Let's see. I think we're gonna keep playing though, and then we'll figure it out. Oh, I think we lost 7 players somehow, so that might be a problem. Well, trials and turbulence here on our way to a new event. All right, it looks like everyone is good to go, so we're battling. All right. Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal. If it's that Mystic Forge deck, Arcane might be insufficient. Yeah, it looks like it's that Mystic Forge deck. Okay, this is a really cool deck. It's one of the decks I'm interested in playing for sure. This could be a turn 1 Tezzeret off of it. It's a mold of 5. It's a good mold of 5. Doesn't do anything at the moment, but tons of mana. 1 card left in my opponent's hand, so definitely want to deploy these things before getting something like Chalice. Doesn't look like there's a Chalice in the main list, but you could always Tezzeret and find like one of Chalice or something, so I think I like Tameo and I'm gonna play out at least I want to play them all out. And then do I want to draw an extra card? I think so. It gives me the possibility of finding force, which could be pretty relevant here. And I'll get another artifact from the Tameo, so Spell Bomb. That's not a very good one. Saga is great here. So that was their last card because they drew Workshop for turn. So they have the ability to make some large constructs. They are going to go tutoring. They can get the Candelabra here, which will let them make maybe multiple constructs. That could be pretty sick. They could just get a key. They got a Tormod's Crypt. Interesting. Main deck Tormod's, okay. I'm not sure what that does. Stops Emery, that's for sure. I was kind of thinking they might get Candelabra here and be able to like make multiple constructs. That could be a pretty reasonable game plan. All right. So from my side of the table, I would like to attack with the Tamiyo, get my clue. Then I'm going to cast Thoughtcast. I guess what I'll do is I'll go Ancient Tomb, Spellbomb, and then cast Thoughtcast for one less. That will flip my Tamiyo. I'm still gonna be able to hold up Rebuke, so that's pretty nice. I guess that stops the Tamiyo as well. Tormar's Crypt can stop the Tamiyo, so they might have to use it though to stop me from. Oh, I guess this is target, so it won't let me minus once I get to blow up that crypt. So it's cool. Let's get this Spellbomb in play. I still think I'm supposed to flip the Tamiyo. I should have enough action here, especially with this Saga drawn. I will be behind on the constructs, but I also have a Spellbomb to bounce a construct, so. And I can use this Metallic Rebuke right now. I have a blue source. Though I would have to be a lot of mana. Opponent has a, okay, they ripped a Karn. It's pretty good. it's pretty freaking good. It's so bad for me. I can Otawara it. But I can't counter it, so I guess yeah. Karn resolves. That is a really bad thing for me. For Karn the Great Creator, yeah. Okay. I mean, do they have a lattice? I guess they could probably play a lattice, right? If they have workshop is 2. So I guess I had to float. Okay, they don't have a lattice. So I might have made a mistake there. Maybe I had to float a mana in case they went for a lattice. Because they do have enough to do a lattice, because I think this makes 2 mana. This would be 2 mana, this would be 2 mana. Yeah. Well, they also didn't play the workshop, so if I had floated, I mean, they probably would have moved to another phase or something, but... Okay, things are really bad. I don't think... It's really tough to, like, float a blue mana there, though. Wait, they're just not playing the workshop? Did they draw the workshop? I'm not crazy, right? They definitely drew workshop. They didn't shuffle at any point. Oh, they did shuffle. They shuffled with the Tezzeret? I'm confused. I can't remember. Maybe they shuffled. Maybe they shuffled and I forgot about it. All right. Well, I have Urza Sagas. I'm definitely... I guess I should try to bring back this Thoughtcast and make them use the Tormod's Crypt. They just didn't use the Tormod's Crypt. Okay. I don't think I'm casting Thoughtcast, though. I think I want to be able to hold up Otawara and bounce the Karn. I mean, I'm so good. I'm going to die to this Mystic Forge, though. I'm going to have to Painter Grindstone combo them on maybe the next turn. So I think, yeah, I think my plan is hold open Otawara, bounce the Karn at the end of turn, assuming I get a turn, and put myself in a position to grab... Oh, I can't even grab Grindstone the same turn. Don't know. I mean, especially if they, like, grab a needle here. They grabbed a key. It makes sense. I mean, I assume I don't even get a turn, though, with this much mana and a Mystic Forge, right? No, they did have the Urza Workshop. I wonder why they didn't play it last turn. Did I miss a land drop? I'm not sure. Exile a candle. So they did have a Candelabra as well. Okay. I guess you don't have to go Saga constructing if you think that you're going to do something powerful. I think it was pretty risky to... Like, you're not 100% going to have a Karn, you know? So it's tough. They did get a lattice. Okay, maybe they're just playing around Force of Will then. So have they used Tezzeret yet? They already used Tezzeret. But they do have... Okay, this Urza's Workshop doesn't make 2 mana anymore. So even if they were to untap Monolith, they won't be able to replay Karn right away. I could just counter this. But I can't counter this because my opponent will untap Monolith and pay. So the question is, do I float and then bounce Lattice? Or do I think I just bounce the Karn right now. And then maybe I can get forced for this Karn on the way back down. Feel like it's possible. Oh, I guess by bouncing the Karn, I could then maybe rebuke the Karn if they do it this turn, right? That'd be pretty big. Oh, though, this makes everything colorless. How does this work? All cards that aren't... I think Painter would overwrite it. I think Painter would overwrite it via timestamps. Man, there's so many things that I just don't know. It's crazy. But they don't have the ability to replay Karn, it looks like, which is unfortunate because I kind of wanted them to run into the Metallic Rebuke here. Do I want to, like, cycle some spell bombs and stuff? Try to draw into some good cards. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can do one. Could cycle one. Could also go for constructs. Like, if I don't think my opponent's going to kill me, like, making constructs and attacking is a possibility here. I'm gonna hold on my artifacts. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to cycle one. I can cycle one at any time, though. So there's no reason to do it then. Another spell bomb. I would really like to find Force for Karn. Oh, I guess Force doesn't work because Force, everything is colorless. Oh my god. All right. Well, I will cast Thoughtcast. That's so bad for me. Okay, well then I think it's just play another spell bomb and pass with the ability to make a construct. I technically still have Rebuke, but Rebuke's not really helping me with my opponent having basically a majillion mana. Like, so much mana. Like, so much more mana than I could ever possibly mana leak them on. I will say, if everything is an artifact, that does make this construct quite strong. They do still have a Mystic Forge in play, though, so like I don't really think I have great chances here, but who knows? This is Karn. Oh, this is untap. Okay. I guess this now makes 2 mana. They will have to have a way to deal with my construct, though, right? For this Karn to work. But as long as they play the Karn first to turn off the spell bomb, that should be fine. Man, this is really cool. Legacy is a wild format. A lot of just things that don't come up. I'm already pretty happy that I chose to play. Yeah, they're going for a lot of mana here. Are they going for like a ballista or something? Like, what's going on? Or are they just floating a bunch of mana ahead of time? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm still surprised I got my Thoughtcast back with the Tormod script in play. This is a cool game, though. Don't believe I'm supposed to be in it at all still, but that's magic. You got two humans against each other. And I'm sure I made some pretty hefty mistakes along the way as well. Well, let's see what they got. It looks like they're going all in on an Eldrazi command. Wow. All right. Well, that's really good for us. So I will tap, and crack, and metallic rebuke your Eldrazi command. And I might win with my construct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Oh, and a -1. 10. I think I have an exact lethal construct now, too. That I'm going to kill my opponent with their own Mycosynth Lattice? Oh man, this is so sick. This is a wild game. Oh my lord. I won. Oh no. That's crazy. What a wild game. Okay. So I don't know. Let's see if we can figure out a way to sideboard here. I do have a sideboard guide for a different list. And it might be too old to even have this combo deck in it. Painter, Sneak and Show, Bant, Nadu, Tempo, Control, Doomsday, Lands. Okay, all right. I don't know. So let's see. This deck is all non-creatures besides Glaring Fleshraker. So I would assume negations are coming in. Is there a matchup where I have negations coming in that I can reference? Stuff like Reanimator, Control. Okay, yeah, okay. So obviously spell bombs, that makes sense. I don't think I want to get rid of either spell bomb because of Fleshraker. I don't know if I want to bring in Dismember for Fleshraker. It feels like really bad, doesn't it? But you might have to. I do have rebukes and forces though, so not 100% sure I like. It's not like I can it's not like for blue painters just bring in Dismember. Okay, I think I'm gonna try bringing in Dismembers then. I'm gonna bring in Dismembers and I'm gonna bring in some number of negations. It might not be all the negations here. Might not be all the negations though. Okay, if I'm bringing in Dismember, I think I don't want to bring in spell. I thought they have the constructs, right? So I feel like having the spell bomb answer is pretty good. I think the boots are okay for closing out a game really quickly. So I guess the question is like, how do I, how the hell do I do this then? I think we'll take out a grindstone and a painter then. Oh, I should probably bring in Needle. I assume they're a one ring deck. Oh god. Okay, well, I'm not gonna have enough cards to bring in though. Alright, maybe I'll bring out two painters. So this is two negations coming in, which doesn't seem unreasonable considering they are almost entirely spells. I still think I want to bring in more negations. I just don't know what else I'm supposed to take out. Yeah, I have no idea what else I'm supposed to take out. So I'm going to run like this, and then we'll reconsider maybe for game 3. I think I'm supposed to have all 4 negations. I just don't know how to fit those when I'm also bringing in those 1 rings and things. Or the Needle for the 1 ring and Dismember for the Fleshraker. Maybe Dismember for the Fleshraker is just silly. That's possible. It's absolutely possible. So this hand does not play turn 1 Rebuke. It does have a Dismember. But if my opponent is doing like Tezzeret or Karn, is there like, or the ring, like this hand is not making it, right? Which is a kind of the reason I want to have 4 negations. I should definitely have 4 negations, at least over these Dismembers. Okay, whatever. I should have picked something that I thought was weak. That was an opponent mulligan into 4 last game as well, so keep in mind. This hand is really sus, isn't it? What am I doing? Playing turn 1 Tamio? And then maybe turn 2 Emery? I think I just want to mulligan this hand too. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, well, I don't think this hand ended up being better, but this, I think, is where we're at in life, so. Well, we might have a chance to bring in those negations. I'm thinking it might be like the Lava Spur Boots, and something else. Just Tower Go, or Tower Pedal Go. Okay. All right, well. I think I just cycle this. There's a Tezzeret. I mean, I'm in trouble, right? I'm in big trouble. Oh, found a blue source at least. They play a Tezzeret this turn. No, not this turn. Oh, yeah, this turn. They just hack the pedal. Oh, Monolith. Okay, well, that's Tezzeret and untap and 4 mana. Yeah, I really need to get Rebuke up somehow. I mean, the answer is just, like, mulligan my hand. Or, like, don't mulligan my earlier hands. Yeah. Karn. Man, Tezzeret Karn with a bunch of monoliths sounds lit. I kind of want to play that deck too. Okay, definitely need negations. Noted. Not that I think any of the cards I've drawn so far would have been negations, to be fair. All right, I'm gonna get the thing with power in play. Oh, I can't get the thing with power in play because I don't have any other artifacts. Wonderful. I mean, I think I had to crack the bubble. But I am in trouble. This Karn is a huge problem. Also, I played a Saga on turn 1, didn't have an Ancient Tomb, so I'm not making... Like, if I'm making constructs here, it's probably not that bad, right? It's probably not that big a deal if I'm making constructs. The good news is I do have a needle coming. The bad news is, am I making it to the point where I can play my needle? So what is this? This is a metal craft. So they need 2 more artifacts to make an extra mana. I would hazard to guess maybe I was supposed to keep an earlier hand, but... One ring. That's 3 cards. Jesus. Yeah. It's not like I have null rot. I do have a needle for it, but it's probably too late at that point, right? I mean, we haven't seen a flush raker yet. uh, my opponent can go for lattice. Like, they can untap with Tezzeret, search with Karn, and play a lattice again. Maybe they're going to be hesitant to do that after what happened in this last game, but like they win the game on the spot if they do that. So it looks like it's happening. I would probably untap first, just to make sure that you know your monolith is actually getting untapped. But yeah, okay, negation for sure, negation for freaking sure. How could I even think that I wouldn't be for negation? Oh, liquid metal coating. Jesus. I mean, that's at least not killing me this turn. Did we not use Tezzeret, or am I crazy? Where was the Tezzeret? Oh, we must have used Tezzeret. Draws a card, activates a captive. Okay, all right. He already used it. They already used it to untap Monolith. Okay, so they couldn't untap the ring. All right, so in this case, I will... Oh, turn off my C. Okay, yeah, that's sick. Okay. This costs 1 less because I have a legendary, but that doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, it's turned off. I will draw. And I will needle... I guess the 1 ring. I mean... It's gotta be the 1 ring, though I don't know if I'm beating the current things that are on board. I get to play Opal, play Otawara. Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that because I have the extra floating mana. I mean, I want an Emery in play because it's power. Then, yeah, I definitely need to play the Opal out. No, I did, because I can cast the Metallic Rebuke now, even if they kill the Clue token. Okay, no, it's fine. Because this lets me have a Rebuke open without being worried about losing a Clue token or an Opal or something to Karn Plus. All right. So I still don't know if I can beat a Tezzeret Ultimate either. Also, was Otawara my only way of getting rid of a Karn? No, I can attack it. Man, this has been an adventure here. Mystic Forge, which currently is resolvable through Metallic Rebuke. Yep. And now Tezzeret can ultimate, can make an indestructible 1 ring. It's pretty good. Also blocks the Emery to protect the Karn. What is this? Something I can Metallic Rebuke would be great. Oh, yeah. That's huge. Cool. It's really big. Did Tezzeret already get used again? Am I crazy? Okay. I think Tezzeret got used to untap a monolith, maybe. Okay, that's probably what happened. So now I have to choose whether I'm attacking Karn or stopping Tezzeret from ultimating? I mean, I have to get rid of this Karn, right? I keep forgetting that I'm losing one blue source every turn as well. There's no way I'm bringing in Barrowglyphs in this matchup, though. We're trying to be the blue control deck here. Another blue source. All right, but now the problem is I just like don't have anything else, right? So the Karn just pluses on a thing and I can't ever kill it and I die. So I think I'm losing this game. That's kind of sad. But I mean, this game was a mess, so. I definitely need to get the negations in my deck. Makes sense to trim the Painter combo down a lot, too, because they're Karning me, you know? If they're Karning me, I'm going to have to probably rely on Saga tokens a lot more. All right, I've got a much better idea of how this matchup is playing out now. Obviously, I had some thoughts at the beginning, and I think some of them were right and some of them were wrong. Wow, no ultimate on the Tezzeret. We're going for a 1-drop. The problem is, like, my opponent is forced to Karn plus on their ring, so... Also, I mean, they still have an active Mystic Forge. The fact that this card is still legal in the format is crazy, because this card is broken in half. All right, now we're destroying my lands. I guess that also works, because I don't have enough power in play. Damn. Okay. All right, I think no matter what here, I'm dead, but let me just see what I draw first. They still have a key. They can untap. I guess they can untap the liquid metal coating. My whole engine is kind of messed. Maybe I'd like cut these emeries because I can't use them for anything. Wow, it's really interesting how the 4 Karn dynamic affects my all artifacts deck. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing the vision now. We named Tamio's flip ability. Okay. That's reasonable. In case I draw like a thought cast. All right, I think I'm ready to, yeah. After this draw, I'll probably just concede, because what else am I really doing here? It's kind of gotten out of hand to the point where I would need a null rod, which I obviously don't have. New Karn. All right, give me out. Let's go to the final match here. Yeah, so I'm gonna take out a boot and an emery and bring in. Well, I gotta check my blue count though. 24. Okay, that's pretty fine. All right, I feel a lot better now that I understand that. Maybe I am supposed to play Barrowglyphs then because of Karn. Should I just like take out Painter Grindstone entirely? Because I'm getting Karned every game and just throw a bunch of Barrowglyphs at him? That's kind of a wild thought, isn't it? I mean, it just seems better than Painter Grindstone. Like, maybe I'm just not supposed to let Karn resolve. Let's be realistic here. It's not like they have Vexing Bauble. I could see it, though. I could see the vision, though. All right. Maybe I'll have a broken hand, too. Maybe I'll have a broken hand. My hand is 4 lands, no artifacts, no counter that I can cast right away. Then my hand is nothing that I can cast. Now, this hand is at least Urza's Saga and a Force, so it's something. It's really bad, though. It's really bad. I'm gonna get rid of Dismember, and I'm gonna hold the Petal in case I get a land, so I can make a construct. And I will probably get rid of one of the forces so that I mean, I'm like so far from ever stocking up in this game, right? I'm like never stocking up, so maybe it's just one of the stock ups. Dismember in a stock up. My opponent kept 6. All right. Maybe I don't actually have to play this if they're not actually playing chalices or anything. It's kind of interesting that there's no chalices, though. Planar Nexus. Lotus Petal. I guess they have their own Lotus Petals. I'm looking for an Ancient Tomb here. An Ancient Tomb is by far my best draw. An Emery. I mean, I'm definitely supposed to play Emery. So I declare that I'm casting Emery, and then I use this mana to cast Emery. Seat, Needle, Opal, and Petal. Can't bring back seats because you're casting, but we do bring Petal every turn, so it's at least something. No bobble, so no draw engine. I am in trouble. I'm in a bad spot. I think it's, definitely it's partially unlucky mulligans, but also just I don't think this is a problem with no monolith. I don't think I'm forcing a Tezzeret. What do they search for 1 mana? Oh, maybe a needle for Emery or something. So this makes 1 mana for now. This is a cool card. Planar Nexus. Lotus Petal. Okay. It's interesting. I can needle Tezzeret if I wanted to. Don't think I want to. Tameo. All right. So I think I just want to get a Mishra's Bauble. I'm gonna get a Mishra's Bauble and another Nexus. I think what I'm gonna do. All right, I think I will for this turn just get the Lotus Petal, so I can get the Tameo in play. But I'm hoping to draw another blue card so that I have 2 forces. But the Tameo is definitely something I need to get going so I can like bring back Opal for permanent mana. I'm hoping at least a Bauble gives me a blue card here so I have double force. Beautiful. All right. I mean, we're gonna see if we can use our Planeswalkers to beat their Planeswalkers. 3 mana. 4 mana, the One Ring. All right, the One Ring's definitely not happening. Even though I have a needle for this, I think it's just better to counter. If there's a second One Ring, then I might, especially because they have an activate of a Tezzeret to use still. I could attack this Tezzeret. Seems worse than advancing my mana, though. So which card do I want? I have Bauble, Opal, Needle. I could Needle Urza's Saga. But I can make my own constructs. If I bring back Opal this turn, then on the next turn I could make constructs. I feel like constructs are not how I'm winning this game. Maybe I should attack Tezzeret. All right, I think I'm going to Needle Saga. This could be just like crazy play, but I don't know. I guess the most powerful thing my opponent's doing, I know they have 2 other cards plus a Nexus. I can get a Grindstone with this, theoretically. Don't think this Tezzeret is actually worth worrying about. Oh, I guess this technically means I can get an Opal next turn. If I draw another Mana Source, I guess I can't make constructs. What am I talking about? All right, so Nexus is gone. I mean, I could make it so I could see their card every turn, so now they do another One Ring. All right, well, I will force the other One Ring. That is certainly the downside of needling here like this. Another Tameo. So I can buy back a force if I can flip my Tameo. So what I could do is use a bauble on their turn and then crack Clue. I could just buy back an Opal right now and crack a Clue. I would need to draw another card. I don't think I'm attacking, so the problem is like if they deploy another Mystic Forge here, isn't it like super bad for me? Out of counter spells. So the difference of using a Clue versus using a Bauble is that I get to bring permanent mana back with Opal. And I haven't played a land drop, so I should crack my Clue now. And that's a Bauble. So do I hold this Bauble so that I draw an extra card on my next turn and I'm flipping? I'm still so far away from a force. Or do I just activate it, know their top card, and have an extra draw? I think I just draw. Kind of want to know their top card, another Saga. I don't know. Maybe because they can always get a Needle here, right? And Needle Tameo. Oh, there's my painter. Okay, we're close. Unless we get Karned on this turn, I guess. Hopefully they just like get a Needle. I'm pretty far on mana wise now though, because I can get 1 mana here, 1 mana here, 1 mana here. I mean, it'll be 2 turns. So there's a Needle. So they probably, man, if they have a Karn as one of their last cards though, it's so bad, isn't it? That's the problem with this line. It's the problem with not just using a Needle on the One Ring in the very beginning. I was kind of hoping there wasn't another One Ring that I had to force. I mean, we know they have Saga 2 unknowns, so we know they have 2 unknowns. He is fine. They can tutor for another 1-drop. They have another Needle, maybe? Or a Tormod's Crypt for my graveyard. I guess that doesn't matter because they already needled. I mean, Needle on Grindstone, though. They got a Portable Hole. Oh, wow. Are they going to Portable Hole the Needle for Saga? Or are they going to Portable Hole the Tameo? The Tameo. All right, that's fine. Okay, so this means they don't have a Karn, right? Oh, that makes 4 mana. They have a Mystic Forge. No, no. Uh-oh. It's so close. We just need like an Ancient Tomb, right? So this is going to get me a Grindstone. And then this is going to get me a Painter. And I need to hit another mana next turn. All right, well, they have a Mystic Forge and a bajillion mana, so they just have to hit a Karn and I die. I think this game is pretty cool. I feel like there are a couple different ways I could have played it that would have maybe resulted in better things happening for me, but maybe they'll hit land. Oh, and for anyone who asked why I conceded last game before I was dead, I think playing to clock here is kind of silly. My opponent held the timer while we were waiting for the thing to happen in the beginning of the game. I don't want to do that, so probably just concede if I'm dead. Search for a 1. They have another Needle. Mishra's research desk. Okay, no more Needles. All right, well, I'm pretty sure it's just Karn or bust. So I guess I can attack Karn, so probably not until they play like a freaking Fleshraker. Mishra's research. Exile top 2 cards. Choose one, you may play it. Okay. Do I get to see or no? Chooses Flesh Raker. I'm at 18. Oh, wait, everything is blue, right? So this Flesh Raker doesn't do anything? That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. It does block. It says 2/2. What a cool matchup. Oh, Unearth the Mishra's Research Desk. They're running out of mana. Kozilek's Command. Oh, they can exile my Painter Servant. Damn. That's super unfortunate. All right, everything is no longer blue, but they can't cast this, but they still have a freaking active Forge, so this probably means I'm dead. Oh, I would have won too. I had the Lotus Petal. I don't know why my clue has no text on it anymore. So I have one painter left in my deck now. It's probably the end of the road. With this Mystic Forge in play. Oh, wait, this can still be cast? Or no? Oh, it can still be cast. Okay, so we're just super dead. We almost made it through that. We dodged the Karn. We just had to dodge the, one more. Damn. All right. I think I could have played these games better, but they were really interesting games. There's a lot of weird interactions here. I don't really have any outs, right? Oh, I'm very dead. I'm so very dead. Oh, very cool. All right, that deck is so strong though. It's wild. Yeah. I mean, this was definitely a lot of learning. Lots of things went wrong. Man, I just wonder if maybe if I just needled the ring right away, then I would have had forces for other things. Last card Forge was pretty brutal. But last card Karn would have also been very brutal, so. Yeah. GG's. All right, we're on to round 2. Obviously, round 1 did not go so well. I think I made a lot of mistakes, but that's kind of part of learning, and that's acceptable as long as we understand what those mistakes were after. I think I got a little freebie in game 1, even though, opponent was an Eternal, is the Eternal Weekend champion with Mystic Forge. Sometimes waking up over on the West Coast for the very early tournament is challenging. So hopefully we can continue learning here in round 2 versus Kibo. One of those. Good luck. Have fun. Yeah, I think these hands look like things that I'm interested in keeping. Oh, I guess I can't keep. Can I keep this? Am I allowed to keep this? I don't have blue source right away, but I have. I think I can. Because right away I go. Yeah. This is fine. I can use my pedal for Tamio. And then on the next turn, I can Ancient Tomb, Saga Token, Lotus, Opal, and play Emery. Could be fun. I was thinking I didn't have a blue source that I really wanted to use on turn 1, and that is kind of true, but I think it's fine. I'm going to hold the Opal, I think. But I don't know. I just don't know how prevalent Chalice is in the format anymore is the challenge. I don't want to get Chalice randomly, so I am going to play the Opal out, so. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a Chalice deck in the format anymore. I haven't seen a lot of Chalice decks, but we'll see. All right, so yeah, ooh, Wasteland. That is not great for my plan. I will eventually get this Moxable online, though, so it's not the end of the world. I do think I want to play out my Ancient Tomb. If they're gonna, Wasteland me again, I think that would be fine. I don't think I'm cracking, though. I want to turn on blue mana next turn. All right, so is it like a blue-black deck, maybe? Let's see. I mean, it has Wasteland. Doesn't really mean a lot. Wasteland is pretty broken. Ooh, Delver? This could be Delver, right? Blue-red. Is it Delver? Dragon Rage Channelers? That'd be fun. Legacy has some cool decks in it. It's a deck I'd definitely be willing to play. Probably should play, but... Alright, Preordain was top-bottom. Grindstone. I think my plan here is attack with Tameo, getting my second clue token. I guess they're like really likely to counter this thought cast, but we're probably still supposed to cast it, right? Oh, I need to do one more. Okay, if I need to do one more, I might as well play the Grindstone first. That resolved, so it flips my Tameo. I didn't draw another blue source or a blue land, unfortunately. And I don't have another mana to crack, so... I guess that's the end of the road for this turn, which is not ideal. Alright, they got another land coming. Alright, well, I have an active Tameo. I've got some pretty solid mana, but not great mana. I have more follow-ups. I have the ability to maybe Grindstone and Painter at some point. I can always buy back Thoughtseize with Tameo, so... Seems like a reasonable spot against a Delver deck. I haven't taken too much damage yet. But I'm not really doing anything, presenting anything, concrete at the moment. I have a feeling this Emery's never going to be able to activate. My opponent probably has a bunch of Lightning Bolts and Unholy Heats and stuff in the deck. I do need to think about Daze. Oh, I got it Wastelanded. It makes sense. They saw me miss a land drop. But I do have another land drop now, so... I will play that beforehand so I don't get dazed. I think I'd still... Well, I guess I'd rather play this island, though. I guess... Which one would I rather resolve is a question. I think I'd rather resolve the Thoughtcast. I guess the days like they're way too far behind, right? Oh wow, that's a pretty good one. What I really need is a force now. If this wants to get dazed, I think that's totally acceptable for us. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, they want to daze it too, but I can always buy back these Thoughtcasts anyways, so... So do I want to buy back a Thoughtcast right now? That would put... So Unholy Heat is 2 damage to a Planeswalker if they have Delirium. They're not super far from Delirium, but they would have a hard time getting Delirium unless they had a Bauble. Then I could get my Tameo bolted, but again, is that big of a deal? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to buy this Thoughtcast now. Could be wrong in that. I could definitely see but like if they're bolting my Tameo right now, which is like a good thing for them to do, maybe then I can work towards a Painter's Servant, maybe. I want to be able to win on the same turn with the Painter's Servant. I'd like them to be tapped out, and I'd like to maybe have Force backup. Those are all nice to haves, obviously. But I mean, we're going to be drawing a million cards, so it seems very doable. I feel like we could do it. I don't mind the position we're in this game. We're not really threatened. We're basically just deploying a massive amount of threats against our opponent. They are behind on mana, so it's a pretty good spot. There's our force. So I don't have enough mana to win on the spot. I think I would rather just cast another Thoughtcast. And then I will use my Ancient Tomb so that I don't get dazed. And I will play the Painter Servant out. So I don't think I'm naming blue. I don't want to turn on force for them. So it's probably not blue. It's probably going to be green, I guess. All right, I have a force backup for this. They are kind of incentivized to wait and look for a bolt spot. If this doesn't work out, it's not really the end of the world. Like, we still have all these thought casts we can buy back with Tamio. We have some stock ups. Obviously, we have too many land drops. We have these clues we could always use. Another wasteland. Here is an unholy heat. Okay, I will. This is an unholy heat. My opponent does not currently have delirium. 3 card types. I was like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, I think that's just a mistake, unfortunately. Well, I did play around the Unholy Heat on my Tamio, though. That's kind of cool. All right, now they're going to try to stop me from activating, but I have the land follow-up, so I can just activate on my turn, and there's no real downsides. I think just a little mistake from my opponent. All right. Took game 1. Let's see. Blue-red Delver, minus Force, minus Boots, minus Lantern, plus Hydroblast, plus Dismember, plus Needle. All right, that's an interesting idea. Interesting concept. Do we want the Barrogoyfs? I think this is a matchup I would kind of want the Barrogoyfs. We'll have to see how this looks after we take Forces and we take a Spell Bomb. Are they like a Murktide deck? They are a Murktide deck. Interesting. Wondering, I don't like to just like follow guides for no reason, but I am very little information. So I need to make sure I figure out like why things are happening. I don't remember this. This is not my exact list, or not the exact list that I have the guide for. So I don't know how many main deck lantern. I think there was a lantern and a spell bomb, or maybe there was only one. I'm gonna take out both of the spell bombs then, and I do think these Barrogoyfs sound like they would be pretty reasonable in the matchup. So I'm gonna try bringing them in. I don't really want to cut my combo necessarily. I think Rebuke could be pretty reasonable here. Obviously, I can get Melted Down, I would assume. I'm not exactly sure what's in a Delver list. Let's take a look. Meltdown, Null Rod. Yeah, okay, I definitely like the idea of Barrogoyfs if we're going to get Melted Down and Null Rodded, right? That makes a lot of sense. Like the either Spell Bomb, Bouncing Murktide, maybe. Seems reasonable. I mean, I like the persistent action cards. Maybe the answer is like an Opal and a Painter, maybe. Because we are kind of doing slight pivot. Let's see. It's kind of fun to piece together these kind of ideas and figure out what makes sense, what works, what doesn't. Man, I don't like this hand very much. If this hand had an Ancient Tomb, I would keep... Well, jamming Ancient Tomb, Lotus Petal, Barragoyf on turn 1 is probably not great against Daze. This hand is just like really bad against Daze in general, isn't it? Maybe it's not the worst. I don't know. I don't feel like mulliganing this, though. I'm going to try keeping it and seeing how it goes. I guess a key here could be... We need to make sure we wait to play this Barragoyf until after it's out of Lightning Bolt range. That could be very important. But once it's out of Lightning Bolt range, it's like, what, 1 Unholy Heat is the way they kill it. So that's got to be nuts. I don't know. Did we show them Underground Sea last game? Can't remember. Probably something to think about. Because I don't believe that this list that I'm playing is a very stock list. I believe it's an Andreas experiment, which is fun. I think this card is so sick, though. This Barrogoyf card is so powerful. So I'm pretty excited. For me, I kind of want to draw like a Mishra's Bauble or something so that I could theoretically go Island, Lotus Petal, Bauble, and pass with the ability to Rebuke. Obviously, the Rebuke gets dazed, but at least it gives me something to play with. But I guess Ancient Tomb is a totally reasonable one for us as well. Needle on Wasteland could be kind of interesting. Hey, look, a Mishra's Bauble. All right, I'm gonna go the land that can't be wastelanded, play a Lotus Petal, and play a Bauble. I'm gonna hold the Bauble so I can hold up Rebuke. It's not a huge deal if my Rebuke gets dazed, I wouldn't think, so. Not gonna hit a Ponder, though. If nothing happens this turn, then I'll probably go Seat Painter. Again, I don't really want to get my Barrogoyf dazed. I'd like to see like some fetch lands and stuff hit the yard so that this thing is not getting bolted. Obviously, if I can fetch with my Bauble at any point. There's a Wasteland. Okay. Underground Sea. All right, so I will play Seat of the Cyanod, and I will play a Painter Servant. And once again, I'm not going to name blue. I'm just going to name green. As long as they're not Force of Vigor somehow. And then if this gets wastelanded, it's an artifact and a land in the yard. So now my Barrogoyf is huge, so yeah. And this is a black source, so like I think it makes more sense to hold this than holding an artifact, especially against like Meltdown or something. I can still technically cast Rebuke using this Lotus Petal, so that's pretty nice. At any point, I can crack this Bauble and draw more cards if I want to. I am trying to not get my Barrogoyf dazed, though. That's the big plan I'm trying for here, but who knows if I'll be able to do that or not. Oh, and I guess I haven't really said it, but I thought it was kind of self-explanatory. I don't really want to lose my pedal to use this Rebuke. Obviously, we're going to be playing today at a very far from perfect level. So if you see play mistakes or conceptual ideas that you think I'm going wrong with, you're absolutely allowed to put them in the comments of this video. You can be nice about it. You can say, "Hey, I think you should have done this possibly." But number one thing that I want from this tournament is just to learn, see some cool things happen, try to figure out how I like this kind of deck conceptual idea. See what's happening with the rest of the decks in the format. We've gotten to play against two very much metagame players in the Mystic Forge deck and the Blue Red Delver deck, so it's really nice testing in that sense. So that's cool. Red. Unholy Heat. This time, Delirium is active. That's fine. I'm not too sad about that. Ancient Tomb is my best draw. Oh, I probably could have cracked my Mishra's Bauble, maybe. Well, Emery's pretty reasonable, though. I'm going to keep up the blue land that's not wastelandable. Grindstone and Painter in my yard that I can cast with my Emery. I really want a Barrogoyf, but I'm so traumatized of days. I still think I want to hold this Bauble for this Rebuke, but if I don't use the Rebuke this turn, maybe I'm just cracking this Bauble and trying to push my way towards that mana. I will just use my Rebuke on this. I think that's acceptable. And if they daze this, that's okay, because then it means they're less likely to daze my Barrogoyf if I don't draw land, right? Brainstorm. Okay. I mean, where is our spot? Let's see what happens. If we successfully navigate this, I mean, they could still have force, obviously, but we could end up with the unkillable Barrogoyf in play. Currently, we're at 5-6, so it does still die to Unholy Heat, but I don't know how many more Unholy Heats they have. Maybe one more? All right, they're at 2 cards left, and they didn't daze, and they bolted, so I'm going to take that as my sign, and I'm going to... Oh, I drew the Underground Sea anyways. All right. Barrogoyf. I love it, chat. I love it so much. The long Barrogoyf pause. Can you beat it, Blue Red Delver? I suspect not. I suspect not. I mean, that's just good deck building, so credit to Andreas for that. I think it's a really cool little pivot idea. So sweet. I love it. I do think there's a possibility of one more Unholy Heat in my opponent's deck, which would kill the Barrogoyf, but we do have a follow-up Barrogoyf. Ah, man. Yes, good, good. They could have Brazen Borrower, right? That would work. I don't think there's any reason for me to do anything pre-combat. So let's attack first. Yep, Brazen Borrower looks like. Okay, so that's okay. No wasteland from the opponent. One card. They had Dazed, then theoretically they could have wastelanded me and then Dazed. Before I replayed. Oh, I should probably use my Mishra's Bauble, right? Kind of depends, right? Like if I draw Thoughtcast or anything, Corey Steel Cutter can block for a while, right? So that's a positive there, but I have 2 Barrowglyphs, so I don't see myself cracking this Mishra's Bauble. This is a pretty important ponder choice, probably. They probably hold any cantrip to the next turn. And they can hold off this for a little while, but eventually this thing's going to get in, and it's going to be a problem. It's already a problem. It's a lifelink Death Toucher. They went top. Can't get in on their own. A Bolt would trade. I don't think I'm allowed to not go for it, though. Okay, nothing. All right, I'm gonna play Seat and another Barrowglyph. And I do think I'm going to look at their top card here. It's a Preordain, makes sense because they're trying to trigger their Steel Cutter. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna F6. Second Steel Cutter into Preordain, make 2 1/1s. I will get a lot of life off of this. I don't want... They went bottom this time. Okay, they've hit a land, so they probably have a Scry land, maybe? Either way, I no longer am worried about getting bolted or anything here. I can Hydroblast one of these Steel Cutters. I'd like to see what Stock Up has to offer first. Tameo Bauble. Those are not the most interesting things, but they're okay. I'm going to attack, and then I will probably destroy a Steel Cutter. Maybe I won't. I don't know if I'm supposed to destroy a Steel Cutter or not. I guess if they cast a cantrip, I will destroy a Steel Cutter. How about that? I probably should have used the other land there, but... All right, if they... Okay, so after they fetch, I'll bobble. After they scry, I'll bobble. So I know what card they've got. They have a Force of Will. Okay, I will just Hydroblast one of these now then, and F6. And then they get hit by 2 Barrowglyphs. I guess they can technically flash in and kill my Tameo, so probably shouldn't let that happen. All right, I get 2 Barrowglyph hits here. I may mill. Sure, I'll mill. Bring back a Painter's Servant. I'll mill again. This card is nuts. Oh, it's doing 6 now. Nothing on that one. And then I will play a Painter's Servant. I mean, if they want to force it, that's fine. I think it's better for me than playing Borrower. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. I have 12 more power in play here. They'd have to hit cantrip. They did. Okay. I guess I can't mill too many times. They won't survive too many hits either, though. Another spell off this random draw would trigger Steel Cutter. It doesn't happen. GG's. All right, that was a pretty convincing example of the Baragoy pivot and very, very impressive. So on to round 3. All right, on to round 3. We're playing 6 rounds today. Or if I lose too much, then maybe it'll be less. But let's see if I can get 6 rounds in. It'd be good practice. So far, so good. 1-1. Lose to Eternal Weekend Champion. Pick up a nice Barrowglyph win in that last round. We're on the play here. We've got Saga Gaming, at least one colorless cantrip. It's probably fine. Maybe I'm supposed to be mulliganing hands like this, but I don't know. It's definitely not like my best hand or anything, but I assume like Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb, and Legacy is just like a pretty convincing keep a lot of the time. Especially when you have this many artifacts in your deck. We technically are presenting a Painter Servant combo, right? If that means we're probably not making constructs if we were doing that, which seems unlikely depending on what we're playing against, but even if we got like Wastelanded, right? We still have either Spellbomb in play on turn 1 that we can then cycle, so I think it's fine. I don't think it's good. I think it's just in range. 6 card keep from the opponent. Misty Rainforest. That's a cool looking Misty Rainforest. Look at that. Sweet. Tundra Gaming. Tameo. I don't know what that means. It's a problem. It's a problem that I don't know what that means. Stock up. I mean, I'm going to make constructs. That's what I'm going to do. I think going in on a Painter Servant combo here doesn't make a lot of sense. Especially because I'm probably going to get like a Mox Opal if this thing completes. I'm certainly not unhappy, but I'm not happy. Let's see. If I get Wastelanded, I'll be pretty unhappy. Brainstorm. Okay. It does flip the Tameo. Oh, maybe it's like the Cephalid breakfast stuff. Maybe it's Nadu. Could be. Could certainly be. I have a Nihil Spellbomb. If it's the breakfast. Probably need to play this Nihil Spellbomb next turn, so okay, looks like it might be Nadu stuff. So they don't get Brainstorm back, maybe. Although I guess I get a 2/2 attacker on the Tameo, so I don't have to play it right away. So I'll probably go Construct, Opal, Tameo, or Construct, Opal, hold up, Rebuke. Something like that. Yeah, okay, it is Cephalid Illusionist. Oh, in that case, maybe I do need to get the Spellbomb in play. Or I guess does the Nadu deck... Okay, I guess it's a Nadu and Cephalid Illusionist together. I know there's like a bunch of different ways you can build it, so... might just be Opal and play Spellbomb then. Definitely trying to make this attacker large, and then maybe I can actually kill it. Get Opal. I get this. That does kill this thing. So the question is it more better? Is it better for me to play a Spellbomb or to hold up Retallic Rebuke? Kind of like the idea of play Spellbomb more. But this does mean that like I can't Metallic Rebuke a Nadu on this turn, which is probably bad for me. So maybe it's... But I can always bounce the Nadu. It's not a great play though. I do have 2 6/6s. I just need to live, right? Like getting a Nihil Spellbomb in play seems like a good way to make sure this game continues in the way I want it to. I think I'm definitely holding on to this Bauble because this is 12 damage, and then I'd like to be able to threaten either construct killing on the following turn. I don't hate the way I've played this so far. I gotta figure out how many not Delvers, or Cephalid Breakfast with Nadus has one Oracle. Okay. Kind of important to know when they're trying to combo off, maybe through a Nihil Spell Bomb. I assume they have like Memories Journeys and stuff. So if like they hit the spell, if they hit the Oracle before they hit the Memories Journey, ooh, Swords to Plowshares. I guess that does change things, doesn't it? That makes the clock significantly longer. Does that mean I want to use my Mishra's Bauble? I do want to hit a land drop. Yeah, I think so. Saga Gaming. It's Grindstone and Painter and my own Saga. So I like don't show them Urza Saga, play Painter Servant. I'm gonna probably name Black here. And then play Urza Saga and play Grindstone. And then, so I have Painter Grindstone in play. I have a 6/6 attacker. I have the ability to Metallic Rebuke or Aether Spellbomb or Nihil Spellbomb. It's a lot going for me here. Because I can always make a Construct token and make this an extra damage as well. So yeah, I mean they have to deal with a lot of problems. And I have this Rebuke up. Ooh, I like this spot. I guess technically they can have Memories Journey. But I have Spell Bomb, so I can have them flip over, and then once they go to Memories Journey, I can use my Spell Bomb. So I don't think that really helps them here. They probably need to remove Painter Servant and then also remove Token and try to play a longer game. Nomads. Next one damage. Okay. Nomads is fine. Nomad blocks. Green. Cephalid. Just bounce the nomads. Have they played a land? They haven't played a land. I could just counter this. Have the spell bomb. But I feel like it's just safer this way. It's not really clear to me what I'm supposed to do in that sense. I guess they could theoretically have 2 Memories Journey. I feel like I want to just be doing combat kind of stuff instead of being activating. Yeah, I don't think I want to be activating Grindstone when I can just be winning with combat. I don't think they're gonna play multiple Memories Journey, but I feel like it's a way that I lose, you know? Like it's inviting some kind of way I can lose when there's just kind of no reason to. I just can't really lose on board as it is, right? Like if I need to grindstone, I need to, I can grindstone, but or maybe I'm supposed to grindstone in response to this brainstorm, but then they can swords now, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Maybe this is playing too cautious. It's absolutely possible, but it feels like not playing into potential ways to lose to me, because I don't think I can lose really if I'm just playing towards these constructs and I have the actual spell bombs as answers. And maybe well, I'm completely off base, and like having grindstone combo when they're tapped out of white mana and a spell bomb active is like no, I can't lose, right? But I don't know. I'm just like I'm envisioning a world where like they have second two memories journeys or something, or there's like a jack o' lantern or who knows. Those are the kind of things that I was thinking about. It just doesn't feel like it makes sense. It's the way I'm looking at it. But I don't know. This is gut instinct. There's a prismatic ending on one construct. Okay. Again, this is just kind of delaying the inevitable in my mind. So I'm not really seeing it as a problem. Like, I don't think I'm looking to mill my opponent here. I just don't think I am. I'm gonna get a second spell bomb too. Or maybe with the second spell bomb, it's fine. If I use boots here, I guess I can just do boots here. Not sure. Again, not sure. They want to make a construct. I can just spell bomb it with the Aether spell bomb, and that is locked up game. GG's. If they've got a swords, that changes things obviously, but now they're tapped out. One card, kill them this way. Like obviously, this is like kind of roundabout, right? I'm just trying to think of like they can't beat this, right? Even if they had like swords, 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 like I have infinite constructs, right? So it doesn't make sense to go crazy. Okay, so I think it makes a lot of sense here in my mind that we're not even going to bother with Painter Grindstone at all. And in that sense, I don't know about this. Bant Nadu. This takes out a lantern. It's kind of wild. I mean, maybe they board out of the combo or something. Says one spellbomb, one lantern, one boots, one Tameo. But it wasn't Nadu. It's not Bant Nadu. It's a different thing, right? Because this is breakfast Nadu. I think I want to take out this painter servant combo here, and then I'm gonna bring in needle and dismember and I guess Tormod's crypt. I feel like that's a little bit overboard, but this kind of makes sense in my head. And I guess we would bring in one Barrowgrave, because what else are we bringing in? I'm not going to keep in like one piece of the Painter combo. I kind of wish I had like a second needle even. Yeah, this makes sense in my head. It's weird because there's just so many ways to play this the Cephalid Breakfast deck. There's so many ways to play the Nadu deck. You can build the Nadu deck like 3 different ways. You can build a separate deck like two or three different ways. It's really cool. I like it. I feel like my thing is not high enough. Hopefully the volume is okay still. Like Mike does some weird reset things. I was on like Google Meets for like the whole week, and I would just keep resetting back to 1, which is probably fine, but when I'm normally streaming on 3 or 4, then you want to try to keep the same. I mean, obviously I could fix it in editing, but okay. Yeah. All right, so I have a needle and I have a crypt and I have stock ups. This is like kind of an interesting hand to me because it's, I mean, maybe it's turn 2 stock up. It's fine. It just feels like it could be clunky, but what is their like? Do they have Serenity? Oh, they have Serenity. They have. I was on like the Collector Roof, Serenity, Null Rod stuff. What do they got going on? They have Days. Of course, they have Days. Justin, this is Legacy. I'm gonna go Urza's Saga. They have Force of Vigor. Doesn't seem like they're that deep into green. Lotus Saga, Lotus Petal, Tormod's Crypt, Mox Opal, Needle. And then this Needle is on, they don't have Wasteland in their deck, so it's either on Shuko or Nomad's Encore. I guess you would always do Nomads. It's my gut instinct. Nomads Encore. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense to me. And then, so I have a Crypt and a Needle, and I have Saga tokens next turn. Saga token, and then I have stock ups to refill. So I guess, I mean, this is pretty sick. It's pretty sweet. This deck vibes with me. It does the vintage thing, kind of. It does the Mox Opal things. Oh, let me know in the comments if you are vibing with this kind of content as well. Obviously, we do a lot of vintage on the channel, so it's not that, it's a kind of a big deal to step out and do a different format for at least one video or two. But it's not like I'm doing a format I'll never play, right? I am going to play all 3 Legacy Eternal weekends, presumably. Always got to practice at some point. Interesting brainstorm, huh? What's that, the future sight border? Frame. All right. Got all kind of cool arts over there. Ford is pimp deck. But then what do we have all these cool frames, and then all of a sudden we have got the Magic Online Tropical Island? Though I do like the art on this. It's very green-blue. I run out of things to talk about when I start talking about card frames. That's the end of the end of the line. All right, so chat, we have an important question next turn is, do we make a construct or do we stock up? I feel like with this much stuff already happening, Needle, Crypt, we don't want to stock up. Though we do theoretically want a force for a Nadu, right? Though when there's a Nomad's Encore Needle, like the Nadu is doing a lot less. So maybe, yeah, I don't know. Construct sounds, it just sounds like constructs to me. It seems like I'm the only one making 5/5 constructs on activation, and that is a good place to be in life here. Spellbomb. Definitely not playing Spellbomb because I don't want to use this Lotus Petal. Yeah. Yep. I want to make constructs. I think that's where we're at. make constructs. I wish we had a second needle. That's something I would probably change if possible. Give me a second needle. Just because it's nice to have that redundancy and tutorability and all that kind of jazz. Paying costs. What kind of costs? What kind of paying? Mana, presumably. Treasure Cruise? Oh, prismatic ending on my opal. It's exciting. All right. Well, float a blue. Opal down. It's very aggressive, isn't it? I mean, I'll use my pedal to make a construct if that's what you need. If that's what you require of me. Doesn't mean I can like go get another opal with my saga though. Ponder, sure. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I feel like you would maybe want to like if I didn't have the pedal, then it makes sense, right? Because you're technically killing a construct and a mana. But because I have the pedal, maybe they want to get me off all colors of all the mana. But I don't know. It just feels a little weird to hit the ending on the opal though. Maybe they have a second removal spell here. Could see that. But again, oh, there is the Shuko. Oh, this is scary. Scary. Shuko plus Nadu. I don't have the second needle, which is really sad. It's kind of aggressive to play this before I search. Could always end up like, man, that's so brutal though. All right, well, I think I'm in bed with my plan here. What's that? That's not. That's like part of the the phrase. Whatever. I think I am getting a opal and playing a spell bomb and getting in. I'm pretty worried. I feel like that was a really easy get a second needle if we had a second needle, because now they can get 2 Nadu activations, I guess. Uncounterable. Well, at least I didn't go try to get force, you know? This is a Nadu. All right. They got a consign to memory, so that could doesn't stop a bounce, and they got a land, I think. Oh no, and then they got a force. All right, they have a consign and a force, and they have a 4/4, and I'm attacking for lethal. So as long as they don't find a swords, everything's fine. They have a swords, which I mean they did that early ending, then. Though the ending has like kind of made me have a really annoying mana situation, right? I can't cast any of these stock ups. I need to draw an ancient tomb. But I mean, if they have to block with Nadu here, it's fine. Damn you. All right, well, first I'm going to attack for lethal and see what they got for me. Okay, block with Nadu. That's fine. They still have 2 lethal targets next turn. I could have bounced Nadu maybe, but I feel like it's not. I feel like it's too aggressive to bounce Nadu there. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe I'm bad. Those are possibilities, but I feel like giving them an extra activation. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to bounce there. Maybe I'm playing like so cautious that I'm giving my opponents chances. That's possible. It's hard to tell without just like having a lot of reps, right? Here's another Nadu. I think we bounce in response, not because it will stop my opponent's stuff from triggering, but because is there any reason actually? Well, I mean, they could draw like a stifle or something. Trying to figure out like a good reason. They played a land this turn or no? Yeah, they played a land already. All right, I'm just gonna bounce this. I don't know if that's silly, but This creature can target spell ability. Yeah. They drew a Nomads and a Narcomoeba. So they would need to play like 2 Nomads to live here. I think the construct plan is just lit. Just make 5/5s. No problem. Man, this format is really cool. I don't know. Legacy is a sweet one. I don't always enjoy Legacy, to be fair. I think most of the time most of the time I would say I don't enjoy Legacy, but I've had a really good time. Maybe it's just I'm not playing the right decks for my personal enjoyment. That might be it. I've played quite a range of different Legacy decks in the last few years. Red Painter, Sneak and Show, Blue-Black Reanimator. My opponent said, GG's, how does it feel to play 4 Sagas again? And I hit him with the good old Saga Gaming. I think if, say on a wild chance we do win this tournament and we get the Kai Sawatari painting, I'm pretty sure I want to be Urza from the Saga. I want it to be me being Urza from the Saga and it says Saga Gaming on it. I think that's what I want. So if we can do it, that would be a really cool thing to pull off. All right, on to round 4. I'm on the plate. I got Force, Stock Up, Rebuke hand. Ooh, this is like a vintage hand. I always keep this against combo and vintage, but what about Legacy? No 1-drop, no 2-drop, Stock Up, Rebuke. Hell yeah, my opponent likes me yapping. I don't know about this hand, chat. Oh man, it's Legacy though. I'm on the play. I feel like I'm allowed to keep this. I don't know. I could be easily persuaded that this is a bad idea, and it's probably a bad idea against some subset of decks, but it's got to be a good idea against another subset of decks, and it kind of just depends on what my opponent plays. I haven't been looking up my opponents in this tournament. I don't know. Probably should, but it's been kind of better that way, just feeling things out. I think if I was like super cutthroat, trying hard to win the event, then yeah, you should probably look up your online opponents before every round. Maybe I'm just getting used to the fact that my vintage opponents, I don't have to look up because I know what everyone plays. I look at all the data, I go through everything. I basically know what anyone will ever register at any given time. But these Legacy opponents, I have no idea. Because like if this like opponent's on like a Wasteland Delver deck, this hand's pretty bad, right? But I could always draw Ancient Tomb and the hand's immediately very good. So yeah, who knows? No, I could see like a Worldly Mulligan, but I know like I can draw Emery or Tamiyo's, and those are both castable immediately because I have Seed of the Synod. Opponent's on a mulligan to 5 at the moment. I don't know. Even if I drew like an opal, say I drew an opal, right? That seems like a really bad draw. Even that is letting me cast Rebuke on turn 2, so I don't know. I think there's play. 5-card hand on the draw for my opponent. Let's see what they've got. If they're on like a Stompy, then two forces could be pretty reasonable. Basic Island. Okay. Hopefully, like I don't have a cantrip or anything. Justin, I don't know. I'm starting to think I've made a minute. Oh, Nihil Spellbomb. Okay. So is this Reanimator that has a Spellbomb in the main, or what are we looking at here? I know people just willy-nilly throw out Spellbombs now. Could be blue-black tempo. It would be good against my Emery if I drew an Emery. Ancient Tomb. Okay, I still think I'm hiding that for 1 turn, though. Because if I get dazed here, it's pretty bad. And I don't really want to get dazed here. So I think I'm going to wait 1 turn, and then I can go for a stock up with the ability to not get dazed. That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, Bloodstained Mire. That makes me think, yeah, Tamiyo. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to force Tamiyo. I know that's a thing people do. Black Thoughtseize. Oh, okay, so tempo. Blue-black tempo. Where do I find that? All right, there. Blue-black tempo. All right, cool. Nethergoyf, basics. Makes sense. So I probably could have gotten a force on this Tamiyo, but that's okay. Emery. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with stock up here. Painter's Servant Spellbomb Bauble. Even Bauble doesn't let me play Emery this turn, so I guess I would rather just get Spellbomb Painter Servant. And then I can play a Spellbomb. I guess that exposes me to a daze, I guess, but that's okay, I think. This is only their side, so I could always Spellbomb them to make the Goyf smaller. I think I have a lot of resources over my opponent. As long as I don't do anything stupid and crazy, should be in a pretty good spot. My opponent might have to be forced to hit the graveyard for my Emery, and I'll maybe have a Bauble to follow back up, so I have a looping system here. Bend a Force of Will. Gets in for 2 and gets a clue. Yeah, maybe I'm kind of regretting the idea of maybe not forcing the Tameo. I didn't really think about it as much as I probably should have. I know this card is a really high power card in Legacy, right? It's like if my opponent casts a Brainstorm. That's not a Brainstorm, so it doesn't flip the Tameo. I think it's okay then. My opponent also has to be careful where, like, if I play an Emery and block and then wipe the yard, that kind of thing. Thoughtseize. Last card, one other card. I think I would rather just... I mean, if they have a daze and they counter this, then they take Emery or whatever. Is that bad? It's pretty bad. Trying to think about, like, if I should force this back. Like if I lose Emery, I guess if I lose Painter, if I lose Emery, I think it's... The problem is, like, this Rebuke is, like, not really getting better, I think. So I'm going to force this pitching this Rebuke. If they have Daze as their last card, that's fine. If they don't, then I get to keep both of my creatures, and that probably makes me happy. Do a Rebuke. Okay, I will deploy the Emery. And I will... Opal, Lotus Petal. And I'll deploy Painter's Servant. On green. Alright. They do still have an active Tameo. And I don't have a loop unless I use my Nihil Spellbomb. I will say, though, that if I use my Spellbomb, then they will use their Spellbomb. I will be unhappy, I guess. Do have an active Rebuke now, though, because I have all these things in play. Their Spellbomb actually is really annoying here, because I can't really use my Spellbomb well. Because they will just use their Spellbomb, and it will save the Nethergoyf. But that might also just be fine. I think I'll take a 3 here. I don't know. I have to make them... Ugh. I have to make them use their Spellbomb at some point. Are they going to do it now? That'd be surprising, but it could draw them into a land to flip the Tameo if they use, like, they Spellbomb, draw a card, find a land, play a land, crack a clue. But I don't know. They're kind of holding my Emery in place at the moment, so it's tough. Saga Gaming. So am I going to use my Emery to try to get a Opal in play? I think... I mean, they can just crack their clue, though. If I were to crack my Spellbomb and then try to replay my Spellbomb, I guess if they crack, then I would... It'd be fine. All right, I'm going to try to play my Opal. See if they let me. It's not the end of the world if this is the case, because I still have this Hardcast Force to leave open, but it's kind of just getting bullied by this Tameo, so I should have forced this Tameo, it looks like. That's kind of just a thing you learn over time. And like they get to basically hold this spell bomb open so long. They have Murktides in this deck, right? I think I'm just gonna hit them with the spell bomb. I don't really want to get Murktided here is kind of my concern. It does mean my Emery is at risk, but eventually I will get an Urza Saga completed, so it's probably not the end of the world. I don't really like how I play this game, obviously, but we're gonna try to do the best we can with what we've got. Now they're gonna spellbomb me, obviously, so that my Emery is turned off for the turn. They're gonna draw an extra card. They can flip their Tameo. They can't attack with this Goyf though, so I've at least stopped that. Should probably attack with this Tameo, get another clue, flip the Tameo. It's all kind of bad for me, but eventually I will have like a Saga and another Mishra's Bauble going, so. I don't know. It is like it's not a great spot, but I do have constructs coming, so I think it's okay. Yeah, I really maybe just I think this whole game might come down to the fact that I should have forced Tameo on turn 2. I just didn't see it at the time as the play I was supposed to make. All right, well, I guess I could always get a needle. Oh no, I don't have a needle main. Feels weird. If I get wastelanded here, it's really bad. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so now my Emery is turned off. I do have stock up as a sick draw. Let's cast stock up. Stock up is a sick draw here. All right, so I have a new Emery and a force and a petal and my own Tameo. So I don't think I need to do the new Emery right away. But I think it's better in my hand than another force. And I could always fill up my graveyard with this Emery and use the old Emery to play out of my graveyard. I also have Painter combo coming down the line here. I guess when I think about it that way, maybe I'm just supposed to have double force up for and try to go for a grindstone kill here. Was thinking I was supposed to play out thinking I was going to play out this Tameo, but I actually think I might just be going in on the Painter grindstone here. Just have double force up. I also have constructs happening here. I don't know. This seems like a pretty reasonable time to go for a grindstone kill, considering. I mean, they probably have 4 fatal pushes and like another spell. But I guess to be fair, if they have a fatal push right now, then they'll have 2 fatal pushes, and that's pretty bad. But then I'm just going for constructs, which is okay too. Yeah. And I'm still around days with this line, so this sounds fine to me. Okay, so they have 6 cards in their hand. They could have push, forces. I don't know. It still feels pretty good to go for, just because of the double backup here. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll just make a construct token and block. I don't have Spell Pierce in their deck, right? Probably not. I could get double dazed, I guess. So this is great. We've gotten a great subsection of the metagame. We're playing against a lot of important decks, so I guess I could have always been wastelanded here as well. They didn't have wasteland, obviously, but they could have been wastelanded. I mean, now they might just like fatal push my Painter, so that it becomes a 3/3, and they get a 3rd card in their yard. It's pretty good, actually. Maybe I can't block. Wow, I actually think I might not be able to block, right? Because if it's a Painter, if it's a fatal push on my Painter, then I'm only dealing 3 to this. I have double force. I think it's fine. Do I want to make a construct? I don't think so. I think I want a grindstone. This is my second and third forces, so. If they had done this on their turn, though. So the weird thing is, like, if they had done this on their turn, they could have bought it back with Tamio and done it again on their turn, right? So I kind of think this is so odd to me, right? Maybe they didn't. Maybe there's another reason that I can't think of, but like, if they had let me declare this construct as a blocker, right? And then fatal push my painter servant, even if it doesn't work, you can use your Tamio second main and then kill the painter servant by rebuying the fatal push, right? So yeah, I think if I were my opponent, maybe I could definitely be missing something. But if I was my opponent, I think I would have looked to not use my Tamio pre-combat, attack with my Nethergoyf. After the block happens, fatal push the painter servant. If it gets forced, it's fine. Rebuy the fatal push. Fatal push the painter servant post combat, because then the construct token will still die because it'll have 3 damage on it, and you'll lose the painter, and I won't be able to go for grindstone. I don't know, because like maybe they have nothing else here, and that's still bad for them, which it is, but like it's not that bad for them. It's pretty reasonable, so it's kind of tough. It's a hard spot though. Lots of things moving, lots of different pieces. Forces out, dismembers, needles, and barrowgoyfs in. I got to figure out like which ones I want, because for like a normal blue painter list, it would just be needles and dismembers. But for here, I have these barrowgoyfs that I'm definitely looking to bring in. Though I guess fatal push just 1-for-1 answers the barrowgoyf, which is kind of annoying. Do people like Spellbomb in this matchup for Nethergoyf and for Murktide region? That feels stupid, right? There's no way. I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like a useful. I think the either Spellbomb makes sense. Because like boots can probably come out. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with this. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong here and you want to keep Spellbombs in this kind of matchup. But if they feel like, I mean, I was preempting a Murktide with the way I used Spellbomb in this game. But again, I don't think I played that game very well. I think I might have been kind of lucky to get out of it alive. Though my opponent could have, could have easily had a second Tamio in hand the whole game. If I force the first Tamio, then they go Thoughtseize second Tamio. Maybe it doesn't matter. So, is this a keep against blue, black, tempo wasteland stuff? They're probably bringing in EE. They're probably they might bring in consign. Oh, they have no rods. My first turn is Tamio with an opal. I can get wasteland. This just looks bad. I think we just mulligan this. This is not that much better, but it's definitely better. I think I want all of these lands, and it kind of feels unlikely that I'm going to turn on this Mox Opal, so I'm going to probably take the Opal down. Like, I could go seat, they have nothing, and then I have a Mox Opal on, but it just feels kind of silly. My opponent mulled to 4 and 5. 5 and then 4. That's pretty unfortunate. My hand isn't very good, though. So, but like, I don't think like against the Thoughtseize Wasteland deck, I'm supposed to be mulliganing hands that have like lands and spells. That doesn't feel right. So I'm gonna keep this, and hopefully my opponent has a fighting 4 here. I think their first game was a mull to 5 too. So really unlucky from my opponent. Tough spot. All right, 4-card hand from the opponent. See how it fares. Got the Bloodstained Mire, no 1-drop. I'm probably trying to protect my underground. See, it's funny, my Opal probably would have been on. Yeah, I don't want to. I'm gonna play this. I want to protect my underground so he has my Black Source. I don't want to get null rotted as my artifact lands. So I think it makes sense to deploy the Otawara as my land for turn. All my lands get wastelanded no matter what. But the order in which they get wastelanded does matter. This does mean that I wouldn't be able to go like Ancient Tomb, Barrogoyf on the second turn, but I kind of want to play around Daze anyways. They kept a card on top and then played a land and played no Null Rod. Mox Opal, immediately punish Mox Opal. All right, let's get a seat going. Now, if next turn I can go seat and then Opal, I will probably cast... Oh, there's the Wasteland. Oh, 3-drop. Barrogoyf of their own. All right, well, 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. I guess that means I have to play my Barrogoyf, doesn't it? So, Opal, seat, Barrogoyf. Alright, I hope they don't have Wasteland Fatal Push on me. That'd be pretty bad. Would not be good for me. I'm hoping we just trade these Goyfs. That would be ideal. Alright, waste on my seat, turns off my Opal, turns on Fatal Push. Has the Fatal Push. Alright. Hits with the Barrogoyf for 4. This is am I gonna lose against a mull of 4 from my opponent? Certainly possible. Oh my god, they hit all creatures. They have Barrogoyf, Murktide, and Nethergoyf. We're gonna lose this game. They chose Murktide region. Interesting. They have like Fetchland, Murktide region here. It'd be pretty sick. Wow. This is not exactly how I expected this matchup to go. Though I didn't have my Ancient Tombs, so I didn't really get to play things ahead of schedule. So I could go Pedal to turn on Opal, and then Saga to get creatures going here, and then casting Stock Up. Dismember's too small now. That's crazy. But they have Murktide Force. Is that what they're looking at here? Must be. Murktide Force and an unknown. Okay, are they pitching the Murktide? Yeah, they pitched the Murktide. All right, no Stock Up for me. My creatures might not be big enough to block this Barrogoyf. Wow, I mean, I'm losing against this Moldifor at the moment. Barrogoyf is that strong. The fact that they had Revolt and Fatal Push for my Barrogoyf was definitely not good for me. This one hit Tameo, Nethergoyf, Kaito, Null Rod. They got back a Tameo. I'm almost dead. I'm at 11. This Barrogoyf, he's so strong. Painter's Servant. Well, that's an out. That is an out. That is an out. Okay. Let's use my artifact mana, I guess. I guess I can take one more hit and go for it. Because they have to find another Fatal Push or a Null Rod or something. I mean, I don't have to take a hit. I can make a construct, but I guess my construct is going to be huge. Never mind. Oh, they have another Fatal Push right away. Okay. Well, that does mean that I don't have to worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess my contract is only a 5/5. So I'm probably taking a hit. I'm like really actually in trouble. I'm not in a good spot here. This one hit nothing. This one hit nothing. So there's the Consign and the Engineered Explosives and the Edict we were talking about. I kind of hope they would draw lands at some point, but it seems they've drawn Brainstorm. Man, I do think my opponent has hit real good here. Everything has kind of worked out, but my opponent also mulled the 4, so can't really complain about the variance there. Kind of brutal is what it is. Because now they can plus, and then the next turn they can flashback Edict. They have a Wasteland too! Oh no. I wasn't ever going to get to combo kill my opponent here. That's crazy. So not only do they have a Tameo and a Brainstorm, but they found a Wasteland. They killed the Saga. I'm gonna have to draw the Thoughtseize and a Thoughtcast here and combo into my shit. All right, wow. If I had anything waiting in my hand, it was gone too. So, I'm dead. I'm super dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Wow. All right. That's a sick Moldifor. Well done. I still don't think I want forces. I think it was just an unfortunate sequence. My hand wasn't super powerful. That's probably part of it. I could have kept a more powerful hand, but already on 6 versus a person mulliganing, it seems like it made sense. Oh boy, that was brutal. Yeah, I don't know. I still like my ideas here. They seem reasonable. I think, yeah, my opponent's gonna always have more removal than me. The Fatal Push will be on a lot of the time, right? They have a bunch of fetch lands and wasteland, but not won't always be on. They have Brazen Borrowers and stuff too. So I guess it's kind of a hope and a dream that my Goyf was good enough against their Goyf there. All right, this hand does stuff and things. I'm in. Keep. Stuff and things. I'm in. I love a good stuff and things. This is just turn 1 Emery. And then next turn we can look at Thoughtcast. Forced it. All right. Divination. Wasteland. Tameo. All right, let's start with Ancient Tomb Thoughtcast. See where that lands us. Okay, and then I'll get a Tameo going. I shoot an F6 in case they force this Tameo. Okay, they forced the Tameo. Glad I F3'd real quick here. They forced pitching Ponder and forced pitching Brainstorm, and they can't get dazed, so I will play another Tameo. It's a good sequence for sure. So my opponent has 3 cards in a Wasteland at the moment. They're behind on tempo. I got Waste. They should at least let me draw, or they should at least draw before Wastelanding me there. Oh, okay. I mean, if they have another Wasteland, I guess it makes a lot of sense. All right. So the question will be, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let the clue stay in play, and I'll play my Underground Sea and play a Painter Servant. If they want to wasteland my Underground Sea, I think that's okay. And I'd rather advance the board. Though it does mean, like, if I draw Baragoi, if I can't cast it right away. But if they don't wasteland me, then I could crack both clues with an Ancient Tomb, so okay. No, they don't have any follow-up here. So it will be an interesting choice on whether or not I want to crack clue. Metallic Reboot. So I don't know if I'm supposed to crack clue. Because I don't have... Oh, maybe I should supposed to hold the painter back to rebuke. I guess I don't have to crack clue right away, right? I can just wait and hold up rebuke, and then I can crack clue if I want to. All right, I will go to end step, and I will crack clue. Somehow my opponent's hand looks worse than their 4-card hand. I don't know how that happened. 1, 2, 3. So I'll attack first. I still think I'm supposed to get in for 1 rather than try to help hardcast this rebuke. And then I'll thought cast for 2. That will flip my Tameo. Plus my Tameo. Play Urza Saga. Play Petal. And now I'm holding up rebuke. And I should have cracked again. That's fine. I should have cracked another clue there, but I just kind of went too fast. All right. So now I untap. I draw my Thoughtcast. Oh, it's green. Oh my fucking god, it's green. Because my Thoughtcast is green, I get a blue. I just stumbled into that. I didn't even mean to do that. No, I meant to do that the whole time, chat. That is called expert level piloting. I made my Thoughtcast green so I could get extra mana. What the... Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did. I think I'll take a look at my opponent's top card. Another Wasteland. I don't know, it's not bad. I think I'm just going to go for both top cards. I can't believe I just did that. It's sick. It's super cool. I made it green. I guess I should have made it. Have I been making it green the whole time? I made it black once. Okay, I think green is the answer because it triggers my Tammy. We're learning so many things. I'm learning so many things. It's actually crazy. I think drawing cards here is like just as good as not drawing cards, even though I'm losing damage because I'm going to draw artifacts anyways, right? Wow. I can't believe that just happened. I'm amazed with myself. The reason I did green is because I don't want to do blue to turn on their Force of Wills, right? But there's an additional upside here, so... either Spell Bomb and another stock up, I guess. I mean, this Emery brings back what? Mishra's Baubles every... I mean, it's all going to win. It's absolutely all going to win. I will play this and play this and play this and attack. Okay, the game is over. It's so cool though. I did not remotely think about this, and it's really sick. It's super cool. GG's. GG's opponent. That was really cool. Learning all the kinds of things today. All right, on to round 5 of 6. We are still in it to win it. Let's see what we can do here. Against someone who I know who plays Legacy, so looks like a keep to me. Like a keep to me. All right, I had to restart everything. I was having trouble loading something else up. So, oh, we're here. Oh, I'm on low volume again. I gotta remember to do this every time. Hopefully, I can make sure that we have a consistent volume. Oh, all right. Normally, I only have to do that once per stream, but yeah, everything had to restart on me. So, I don't know. This hand is not great, I would say, but it's not bad either. Let's go pedal. And then we'll go seat, Emery, pedal, go. Let's see where we end up from there. Obviously, if our Emery gets forced, it's pretty bad for us. We don't have great follow-ups. Also, if we miss, it's pretty bad. The only thing in our yard off that was a Painter Servant, which is not ideal. We're pretty far from doing anything really relevant. Kind of hope we get Wastelanded. Doesn't seem like we will. Thoughtseize. All right, that's okay, though. All I have is a Painter Servant in my hand. Got him. All right, now we know to name green, as long as our opponent's not on Force of Vigor. Yeah, we got nothing in our hand. It wasn't a great hand, but I wasn't mulliganing it either. Lost 2 stock-ups, which have been great draws. That's a great draw, too. Let's replay a Painter Servant. Naming green, and then we'll have enough artifacts to cast Thoughtcast. I think we'll cast another Thoughtcast. And then don't think I'm willing to lose a pedal over these ones. So here you go. All right. That's a pretty good turn of events, all things considered. Thoughtcast was definitely one of our better draws. So Grixis Tempo here, or Blue-Black Reanimator, or Blue-Black Tempo, one of those things. Blue-Black Tempo, maybe. I had that up, but then my whole computer restarted. Nothing I can do about this Tameo. I It's flipping. It is definitely flipping. The thing is I can't hit the graveyard. I can get a spell bomb in play. So that's pretty good. This does blank both of my attackers unless I use the boots. My only return right now is another Painter's Servant, but I could play an Emery and try to hit like a Grindstone maybe. Could be a pretty good idea. Let's see. Yeah, let's try it. Let's keep this Emery. And we hit. Did not hit a Grindstone. Super unfortunate. In that case, I like play boots, equip, play. I guess there's no reason to. Guess I'll just. Maybe I don't care about attacking the Tameo down one. And I would rather just play Spell Bomb and have the ability to crack it. Yeah. Oh, I guess I could do that without playing it if I just play off of Petal. No, I think I'd rather have another Painter's Servant in play. I guess this can get dazed now. This is fine. I just don't want them to be bringing back Brainstorm here. Every turn I can crack this Spell Bomb. I don't have... I have black off of this Petal. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Get my own Tameo, turn off their Tameo. I guess I turned on their Tameo's green by doing this. So maybe oh, I'm getting Entomb Reanimated because I did that. I guess that is a thing that could happen. Is that something I was supposed to play around? That's pretty bad for me, I guess. So maybe what I should have done. Okay, now that I think about this, I could have just played my spell bomb on my turn, cracked on my turn, and then replayed my spell bomb, and then I wouldn't have gotten this happened. So my opponent has Force and Ponder and Wasteland that they just used. Okay, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I do die in 2 hits to this Atraxa, though. Obviously, any Grindstone wins. I do have a Tameo to block for a turn if I want. But yeah, that was pretty bad of me, obviously. So I should have... I kind of just thought they were tempo. I don't know why I just thought they were tempo, but I just kind of didn't even think in my head that they could be something that wasn't tempo. Spellbomb Petal, Seat. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is play my Tameo. Now they have Force, right? Shit. So I could theoretically... I think I just am supposed to bring back a Petal. I played this game so badly. It's crazy. So I could equip, wipe their yard, flip and draw a card, which makes them attack the Tameo anyways, which might be worth it. Ah, man, I probably couldn't have lost this game if I had played my spell bomb in the correct way. Equip my Tameo. Go to combat. I don't think I need to hit their Tameo. Just attack with this, get a thing. Draw with my clue. Flip my Tameo. Plus my Tameo. Bobble, bobble. Days. Do I wanna... I don't think I care about getting forced, so I think I'll do this again on their turn. And my opponent can't really let me have a Tameo activation because I'll draw back a Thought Cast. Can I salvage this game? I have to double resolve a Grindstone, which I can do. I have an Emery. It's gonna be tough though. Yeah, I might just die. They're gonna attack the Tameo. That's good. Little do they know I already drew the Thought Cast. Tameo down. Yeah, wow, I played this game so badly. I just did not... I did not think about... Just did not think about getting reanimated there. There wasn't even a thought in my head. So that's obviously just example of doing things badly. Not doing things badly, but like not having enough practice. I just thought it was tempo. Maybe because I just recently played against tempo. No idea. All right, we just want to play around Force and Days is what we want to play around somehow. Oh, I also don't have like enough artifacts in play anymore to thought cast very well. It's not good either. All right. I hit the Grindstone. So I have enough to play Grindstone twice and activate it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. Oh, but they have days too, right? God damn it. I guess I can Aether Spellbomb this thing. Ah, man. Well, they don't know I don't have another land. They're gonna brainstorm in response. Okay. I mean, this probably just gets them the days back, right? Okay, this is fine. This is not a big deal. This is okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Unless they fetched away the days, which they might have. In which case we'll win on the spot. I think. I did look pretty deep to find this Grindstone, but I feel like I got a little lucky here because my mana situation was not good. All right, they brainstormed. I assume they have the Force at least. Yeah, so here's Force, pitching Brazen Bar. That's fine. Replay Grindstone. Cast Grindstone. Do they have the days as well? They do have the days. So now I guess it's just pay the days. for next turn. Because I don't have enough to activate, and I won't use my Thought Cast to try to draw mana because I have to use my blue, and this is currently my out to Atraxa. Yeah, I think I have to just wait one more turn here. Okay. I guess this does mean they can buy back another something, but hopefully that doesn't matter. Maybe I shouldn't have named green in this game because my opponent is going to get value off of this Tameo. But that's the okay. So I learned when to and when not to name green, which is always fun. So they can use their Tameo, buy back Ponder, get extra mana. I can't die here because I have Spellbomb bouncing Atraxa. And then they need to either bounce my Grindstone and counter it or something, or kill both Painter's Servants, but I guess they could theoretically do. I only have 6 life. Yeah, I played this game so badly. Can I still pull it out? It would be really cool if I could. I mean, they have lots of things to do here because they have Thoughtseize. Oh, they Thoughtseize themselves to rebuy the Atraxa. Wait, they have another Reanimate? Okay, they Thoughtseize, they Reanimated. What are they trying to hit off this Reanimate? They have got Force and Daze and Murktide Regent. Not much. They didn't hit this Wasteland, right? They did not hit the Wasteland, so they can't... Oh, wow. I don't know if they thought about maybe going for Ponder with the Tameo and getting an extra mana back. Not sure. I don't believe we should have won this game. I played so badly, but deck has been carrying me. Deck has absolutely been carrying me, so we take that. We absolutely take that. So if I were to go back to my notes, which are somewhere. All right, Reanimator's got to be on this list. Fast Reanimator or blue-black Reanimator, are those different things? It's kind of unclear. Negation. Okay, I think that's a different deck. I'm kind of confused then. I don't know how we're at this point. All right, well, I'm gonna bring in Tormod scripts. They're not really hurting me, right? And I don't think you want to get rid of Force here. I don't even know if you want to get rid of Painter Servant here. I think you just kind of want to... I mean, we're already kind of like pre-boarded for it, right? I don't understand why. Could bring in Needle for Wasteland, Tameo, theoretically. I don't think you would want to play Negation against this deck. It doesn't feel like a deck you want to go to for wanting yourself on. Though I guess like hit... Because they're not going to Entomb on your turn anyway. So like you're hitting what? Negations, you're hitting Reanimates and whatevers. Seems kind of mid. I feel like maybe our Painter combo is like not amazing, but it doesn't seem bad. I don't really feel like I'd want to bring in Dismember for like just Tameo, right? So do I want to bring in Needle for just Wasteland and Tameo? It's kind of sus. I feel like I could go like Boots, Painter, and Boots, Painter, Painter. I feel like Rebuke is so bad on the draw, but maybe it's actually not if I just like have good hands. Kind of like the Spell Bomb. Let's go, I don't know, down Opal. Let's just do that. I don't know if this is right or not, but I feel like I've been told that the Reanimator decks don't really board out of it anymore, but I like main deck Spell Bombs and stuff. I played so badly, though. Like, I should never have done the things I did here. All right, so my hand is Force, Spellbomb, Spellbomb. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep this hand. Sure. Sure. What if I do well in this event? Is that a thing that could happen here? All right, well, I'll keep. We are 3-1, only losing to an Eternal Weekend champion. Though, like I said, I don't feel like I've played particularly well. All right, all kinds of white border ponders here. I gotta work around Murktide, right? We saw Murktide. I gotta pull up an actual Reanimator list. The fact that the Reanimator and the Tempo list are so close to each other is very annoying. Needle. Okay, so I think what we'll do is Ancient Tomb Spellbomb. If they force this, we'll play another Spellbomb. If they don't force this, then we'll play a Needle. I'm gonna play a Petal, play around Daze a little bit, and I'm gonna play a Needle on Wasteland. If they Daze me, I think I'm okay with using my blue source because I think it's fine. I don't like I'm probably forcing pitching stock up anyways. There's the Wasteland. Null Rod. Oh, I don't want that to happen. Definitely didn't see Null Rod coming. Is this actually like tempo? It's like I'm losing this game, right? Like I'm not beating this Null Rod. Oh no. Man, it's so hard. I guess I will clear out your yard and pay the black. If I draw an island, it's pretty good for me. Oh, I didn't draw the island, so... Alright. Don't reanimate me, I guess. I don't know. I didn't expect a Null Rod out of the Reanimator deck. I guess there's no reason you can't play a Null Rod. Am I naming green again? Don't think so. Let's name white this time. They know I have another stock up, so if they have another Thoughtseize, they'll probably use it. Double Wasteland. Barrowgoyf. Okay, so they morphed out of Reanimator is what happened. I don't think I'm going to play another Painter Servant. I don't really have a lot of ways to get rid of this Null Rod, right? I have one Wotawara. Alright, so I feel like... The problem is, like, me moving into Barrowgoyfs doesn't make a lot of sense, but maybe I just have to. Just get rid of my forces and play Barrowgoyfs. No, they still have Atraxa. They just boarded into Voidwalkers and stuff. So it's just like tempo with a small reanimate package. Is that what's happening here? Oh, I hit the island. Force. Thoughtcast. I mean, those are the only things I can take. Oh, I probably should have forced that Fatal Push. I'm so dead, man. It's just not remotely close. I mean, if you get hit by a Barrowgoyf, can you ever really win? Okay, so what does this mean for me though? Like, we've seen they have Atraxa, but we also know that they like boarded into a bunch of like Null Rods and Voidwalkers and Barrowgoyfs. And they've seen that we have Nihil Spellbomb. They have Reanimate though. It's crazy. I'm just gonna die here. It's fine. I don't really see an out anyways. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll cast this Thoughtseize or Thoughtcast just in case, but there's like no outs to me for this spot, so. Okay. I mean, I can block, but it's not gonna get me anywhere. All right, maybe I do go. It just feels like Am I supposed to be taking force out here? Does that make sense when my opponent's reanimating on me? I kind of hate the idea of these Tormod scripts, though. I feel like these spell bombs are like much better idea. Ugh, I have no idea how you're supposed to board. I guess that's part of that's part of the problem with playing against the Reanimator deck, is it's a good fair deck, but also has Oops Atraxa. I mean, I feel like I should be able to stop Oops Atraxa with Spellbomb stuff. That's kind of the idea, right? But if they're null rotting me, then I obviously can't do that. All right, well, maybe on the play, a Barraglyph is sick. I don't know. I should be bringing in Dismember then to kill these Voidwalkers and shit. I don't know. I should probably just have thought about it more. Like, should I be boarding completely into bad deck to beat their cards? Maybe. What am I supposed to do with this hand? It doesn't have blue in it, so I'm sure I can't keep this. But also mulliganing stinks. I have a bauble. I have 2 looks to find mana. I kind of think I should mulligan this. I should be able to put together a functional hand, right? Oh, not really. I guess I can go Saga Gaming, though. Maybe that's the plan. Man, I don't know. I'm actually perplexed on how my deck specifically should be playing against Reanimator. I'll have to think about this a lot if I wanted to play this deck later, because it's a common matchup. It's the first time we've seen it today, but it's a very common matchup. Is it silly if I want to just like put away this stock up? And then when they thought sees me, I'll be fine. It's probably silly. I think I would rather have this black source than the seat, though. All right, I'm gonna play Petal and Bobble, and I'm probably not cracking this Bobble. And I'm gonna play a Saga Gaming and see where to go from here. Obviously, if they Wasteland me, then I can go Ancient Tomb and stock up, so. But if I get Thoughtseize, then I just make constructs. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, then I'm gonna hold. And I'm going to... I definitely can't play Saga. I have to just play Ancient Tomb. All right, well, new plan, Saga Gaming. If they don't reanimate, Entomb Reanimate right here, they don't get to, because I'll get a Spell Bomb. But if they do Entomb Rean right here, I guess I die. Surely this doesn't hit Atraxa, right? Oh, Reanimate. Okay, so I'm good. Well, not good. They can still do Entomb Reanimate on the next turn. So maybe I'm supposed to crack Bobble so I can have Force up. Oh, no, I took Force out of my deck, so I don't have the ability to do that. So, okay. I mean, I've made my bed. Hey, I said it right this time. I gotta lay in it. I'm on Construct, Spellbomb is my plan here, so... Construct, Spellbomb, new Saga. That's where I'm at. Hopefully it's good enough. If I get Wastelanded, I make a Construct, and then I go Saga, play my stock up. Or on days, we get the Saga back going. Pretty sure I'd rather have this Bauble in play as an artifact than a random card in my hand that I can't cast. Okay. Brainstorm makes sense. The good news here is now I'm not getting reanimated on, right? So I should be able to get a spell bomb and be in a good spot. And I can't get wastelanded. I feel like you want to brainstorm maybe before playing this fetch land, so you could theoretically draw a wasteland. I assume there are wastelands. Yeah, there are wastelands. We saw wastelands last game. Okay. All right. I will make a construct. And then I will make a construct. And then I will get a spell bomb. I'm not going to get a needle. I'm going to get a spell bomb. And then I'll play a saga. And I'll play a spell bomb. And that can theoretically increase the clock by a turn because they'll go to 13. And then I'll be able to make a construct and go and kill them. Are they thinking about dazing this or something? That'd be silly. This is additional redundancy against like a Barrowglyph or something. If they did, oh, they forcing it. Okay, so maybe they have a Barrowglyph coming, but my thing should be big enough. I hope. Yeah, I mean that was my answer to a Barrowglyph. So I guess if I have to beat a Barrowglyph, how the fuck am I beating a Barrowglyph is kind of a problem. I guess I can spellbomb the Barrowglyph, and it's just my yard, but it'll still be enchantment land artifact. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that, but hopefully my constructs are just big enough that that's not a problem. We still have lethal. Oh, they binned a Barrowglyph, so that's not the plan. If they want to play a Murktide here, I think that's acceptable. I don't think I'm playing around Murktide. It's a 6/6, right? Yeah, there's the Barrowglyph. Okay. So I can clear the yard and they'll trade. Rhinestone. I think I'm buying a card is the reason I'm not doing anything else here. Hope this is enough. Okay. 9. 4 artifacts in play. I played my land. Yes. So I think this is just a pass again. Still have lethal on the table. They can have another Barrowglyph, and then I'm in big trouble, right? Oh, reanimate the Barrowglyph. Okay. Does that mean I'm in big trouble? If I make these big enough, it shouldn't matter. Because I don't have another spell bomb. That's why they forced the spell bomb. It makes a lot of sense. They drew Wasteland! Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, no, I can still make it big enough. I just need to... So everything's a sorcery. I guess I would rather Thoughtcast than stock up here. I guess if they use an instant, it's pretty bad for me. But I could hit multiple artifacts. I guess it's bad no matter what. So let's use a Thoughtcast. I mean, it might be a point where they forced the Thoughtcast. So they had an instant. They pitched a Murktide. This is a 5/6 now. There's no way they would pitch a Murktide if they had a stock up, a thing to pitch. So I'm gonna go with stock up. So I don't have a big enough thing to attack anymore. I've got a Needle and a Tameo and another stock up and a land that I'm definitely taking. This Needle would be on another Wasteland. I think it's better. Okay, so if they attack, they go to 10, but they can die on the swing back. So they can't really attack unless they have another blocker. They have a blocker. So now they can attack. I think that means I have to trade. Because this will put me to 7 and them to 10. And there's no way that I will... I didn't burn and dismember, so I think I just have to trade. Now I have to beat a Tameo, which I guess is a problem. Tothy. All right, and their top card is an Entomb. Okay. I mean, I still have Painter Grindstone here. I still have Ancient Tomb, stock up. I have Painter Grindstone. And their next card is Yeah, okay. So I'm good here, right? I just play Painter, take 3. They have Entomb. They get 1 other draw. They have to find a removal spell. Okay. They know they're drawing Entomb, so they attack. Go to 7. They get a thing, and they have to draw Fatal Push. Nice. GG's. We got there. Wow. All right. 4-1. All right, here we go. Sixth and final round of this Echo Eternal Swiss portion, cutting the top 8 after this. I don't know what the hell's going on with Melee, because I've been paired down multiple times in this event, but yeah, I don't know, maybe the 4-2s can still make it. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked at the standings. I don't really care very much. Let's try to win, and if we win, then we are into top 8 somehow. I feel pretty blessed to be in a position to top 8, considering I think I played awful today. I think I got very lucky, so let's see if we can't continue to do so. This hand is actually one of our best hands of the night, so keep on the draw this time, though. All right, another Delta Gamer. Is it blue-black? It is. Is it Reanimator or is it Tempo? That's the thing we gotta learn. Ooh, okay. So here they can take a Petal, and it'll put me off of having blue mana. That would be bad for me. But, I mean, I'm still always keeping this, so. If I do draw blue mana, I'm still be in a great spot, obviously. But maybe they'll take the if they're Reanimator, maybe they have to want to take the Spell Bomb. I guess that also keeps me off of kind of on blue mana, so there's a little bit of a tension there. We'll see. If they take Spell Bomb, then obviously they are on Reanimator, and then we have to play accordingly. I do want to try to finish this match. They took stock up. Maybe they're on tempo then. I do want to try to finish this match as soon as I can. I'm currently in the wait list for TFT Trials, which is the semi-pro event that I've almost qualified for. I did not hit the rating requirement needed, but was close. All right, so I'm going to go Ancient Tomb, and I'm going to go Nile Spellbomb. And then I'm going to go Lotus Petal, and then I'm going to go Opal. Oh, are they going to counter Lotus Petal? Oh, no, okay. And then, I guess I'm not dead now, so I don't have to go Thoughtcast, but Thoughtcast is the best use of my mana, but I could play Tameo. Kind of like Tameo more than Thoughtcasting here. Like, what am I doing with this Thoughtcast? I don't know. I like Tameo more. Tameo seems broken. All right, I'm in. So I have an active Spell Bomb against possible blue-black Reanimator / Tempo. I have fast mana. I have blue mana. I have draw spells. Okay, I'm surprised they took stock up, but maybe they have a long-term plan here. Like, it's not a wasteland. Oh, I guess it is a wasteland. I was gonna say, if there's a wasteland, then you can just keep me off of stock up by wastelanding my tomb. Very odd, very odd. I don't know exactly what this means. Oh, they have their own spell bomb. That doesn't mean anything, I learned. Or might mean they're on tempo. Maybe it means they're on tempo. But I've played Reanimator. I've played spell bomb in Reanimator before, so who knows? Maybe it means nothing. The good news here is that I don't even need to hit a land drop technically, because my Tameo will attack and make me 4 artifacts to cast Thoughtcast. The good news about hitting a land drop means I can't get my Thoughtcast dazed. So, I guess I'd rather leave open the Opal and not get wastelanded. Force on my thing. Oh, this is aggressive play. Pitching daze. Ah, they had the daze. I don't know why you would take stock up then. If you have the daze the whole time, then I think I would have taken one of the artifacts and tried to cut me that way. I think that's in my head what I would do, but we'll see. Down to 3 cards. They have a spell bomb. We have a spell bomb. We have a Tameo. We have a bunch of extra mana. There's a basic swamp. I think both decks have basic swamp. Fatal push on my Tameo. Well, Tameo's down. All right. Do I have to hit their yard for Murktide? That's my thing. That's my concern at the moment. I think I want to do it regardless. Because I think I want the card. So I think I'm going to try to stop them from hitting Murktide, get an extra card here. They don't have, I mean, they could have end of Tomb and Tomb and then randomly draw Reanimate, but I guess that would be fine. Here, I think I would rather draw a card than... Oh, that's actually my Metalcraft. I guess I'm going to just play a Tainter Servant. I guess I'm gonna name green. They don't have a Tameo yet. So they're gonna crack their Spell Bomb to try to draw a card as well. Okay. So I guess this means they could go like Entomb Reanimate on me, and maybe I'll feel silly, but I feel like I need to push the agenda, right? I can't just do nothing. Doing nothing seems bad. 3 cards for my opponent now. I would love to know if they're on Reanimator or Tempo. And Brainstorm does not help me decide that. If I get Atraxid right now, like Brainstorm and Tomb Reanimate, I will feel really stupid. And maybe that's like a risk that I should be taking. Maybe it's a risk I shouldn't be taking. It's hard to tell. So... Okay. Somehow I'm getting Tempo vibes, but the last time I said that, I I was unhappy. So let me draw a card with this clue token. And I've drawn not very good Magic cards, I must say. I have not drawn very good ones. There's no downside. I mean, they could Bowmaster, but they would have probably already Bowmastered, so. And even if they do Bowmaster, then they'd have to double block. I can still kill the Orc, so. No fetch, so that means they want the card they had on top. They didn't want to use a Surveil land. I mean, my best draw is clearly Grindstone, obviously. Metallic Rebuke is not a bad draw by any means. Not a bad draw. I'm attacking. Definitely would want to draw like Stock Up and Thoughtcast the most, but this Metallic is not bad. So they wanted their whatever was on top, but it wasn't a thing they wanted to play. They binned an island. I'm really interested to know. Oh, so there is a Bowmaster. Okay, I don't think I am rebuking this Bowmaster. Obviously, it's still pretty good against Thoughtcast, but it's not very good against most other things here. And I think life total wise, it's not a huge deal. I have 1/3s, so this looks like Tempo, right? Does Reanimator play Bow? No, they both play Bowmaster. Tell me this is not the same deck. All right, well, I still don't know if we're on Tempo or Reanimator. So what do I do if I make it off the waitlist for TFT and I top 8 this event? Okay, that's really bad because I already checked in. I guess I would have to I don't want to get blacklisted from the TFT semi-pro scene, so I probably would have to just concede this top 8, which is not what I want to do. Fatal Push on one of the servants, sure. And then Murktide. Kind of looks like what's happening here. Yeah, okay. All right, I will Metallic Rebuke your Murktide. I can still draw Grindstone and win here. Stock Up is insane, obviously. I drew Grindstone. I am running so well. That's crazy, actually. That's just crazy. Okay. All right. So I think this is Tempo, but obviously it still could technically be Reanimator, which is ridiculous. But I'm gonna bring in Dismember and Needle and Barrogoyf. And I'm going to take out I mean, maybe I just leave in the spell bombs, right? Like maybe I hedge a little bit and I leave in the spell bombs. But what do I take out in that case? I trim like a Painter Servant and a Opal. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna hedge. I'm gonna hedge just in case I'm wrong again. And it's not a bad card. I'm gonna be really. Maybe I can complete top 8 by the time the other. I don't think enough people will drop from this TFT event, but I don't know that. I think I actually messed up for TFT because I had gotten as high as 525 LP, and the cutoff for this event ended up being 530 LP. But I didn't really think about drops. So if I had just held at 525 LP, I would have definitely gotten to play the event. Because enough people were dropping for the first or second place to get in from the wait list. But I don't know if like 14 people, because I lost 2 more rounds after I got 525. So I don't know if 2 more people is, or 12 more people, or however much is. All right, yeah, I mean, this seems fine. I'll keep. I didn't really expect to, 1, be on the waitlist at all for the TFT event. 2, I didn't expect to be doing well in this Legacy event. I kind of thought it would be more of a practice thing than anything, and we're currently doing well. This is definitely considered doing well. They're going to take the Emery, and we're going to be left with Saga Gaming, which is fine. They're definitely taking the Emery here. I don't think you can realistically... I mean, you could maybe take Dismember if you were trying to do something specific with a creature, but like an early Barrow or something, but... I wasn't really expecting to do well in this Legacy tournament, so this has all been, oh my god, surprises to me. I will play my Urza Saga, and then I will play my Lotus Petal, and my Opal, and my Bauble, and my Emery. And I still have Dismember open. It's crazy. All right, I have a Lotus Petal in my yard. I obviously have this Bauble. I guess I would draw with a Bauble. Maybe I'm just not supposed to draw with the Bauble now, though. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb because now I don't actually have Metalcraft. I mean, I'll get it back when I Emery a Lotus Petal, but Memory could die. Maybe I don't draw another artifact. It was not good. I miscounted for sure. But hopefully my Emery lives and I don't get punished. Like I said, I have not been playing very well. I have just been making a lot of silly mistakes, but I've made a lot of like mistakes that were, I think, reasonable mistakes to make without a lot of experience. There's the Wasteland. Okay, that's fine. That is acceptable. Because I still have my Emery to work with. I have another Urza Saga. I have a Spell Bomb. I guess what I'll do is play the Urza Saga. And I'll play Mishra's Bauble. And then I'll use this. I guess I'll use this to play Spell Bomb. And then I'll draw. I don't know if I'm supposed to be drawing now, but there's Bowmaster, so that's a good reason to. All right, now I'm still back online for Saga tokens. Barrogoyfs. I feel like I'm in such a good spot. Another Wasteland. They're trying to keep me off Saga tokens. Do I play around Days? Probably not. Tameo. Just gonna dismember this Tameo. Oh, I can play around Days, though. I drew another one. Because I can just go Lotus Petal. I can play a third Saga. My opponent is so sad. And I cannot remotely blame them. And here's a fucking 6/7 Barrogoyf. It's wild. My opponent is very impressed with my level of skill here in drawing Saga Saga after my opponent Wasteland Saga Saga. Oh boy. Wow, Undercity Sewers. That's interesting. They have Swamp, but yeah, GG. GG's opponent. I'm sorry. I ran so hot. What the hell? All right, on to top 8. Hopefully I get to play the top 8. All right, welcome to the top 8 of the Echo Eternal Legacy Cup. This has been a crazy wild ride for me because I didn't really expect to be here, and this hand is great. Opponent is on Simic Cloud Post. It says Simic Cloud Post. Looks like it's just like a blue stock up Cloud Post deck. So should be pretty cool. Should be pretty fun. Let's do it. It's been a wild morning, I must say. I played the Shadowverse weekend lobby tournament. I think that's acceptable. It does mean I'm not really doing a lot on turn 1, but I think that's fine. And then I played this, and then I might be playing TFT after, or I might be having to drop out of this to play TFT. It's all been a kind of a mess. But yeah, I need another artifact to play an Emery here, so I guess I'm passing. I didn't really... I don't know. It feels like it's a keep, right? I have a force, and I have a seat, and I have Emery, but I do need to hit like a 0-drop or a land to be able to play some of these cards. Cloud Post. I need help. I need help. Okay, there's a 0 at least. It's kind of perfect because I'm surprised my opponent didn't play Chalice on 0, actually. Because if they played Chalice on 0, I feel like it would have been a lot stronger. I would have forced it for sure and lost 2 forces there. All right. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to draw with this bauble because I want to see their top card and I want to draw lands. The One Ring. Well, I'm going to have to force it, and then I'm going to be out of forces, so... Oh, Disruptor Flute. I guess, yeah, I mean, that's probably going to name Mishra's Bauble, I would think, but it might just name Force. Either way, I have to let it resolve. Oh, they named Force. Yeah, it's really bad for me. It's so bad for me. I think I'm going to get bullied here, which is fine. Happens. That's a Cloud Post. That's a car. Oh, I die. Okay. Well, I'm very, very dead to that. All right. Well, the good news here is I had no chance of winning, right? If I force this Disruptor Flute, I just get Karned anyways. I can't ever really kill this Karns unless I draw like Ancient Tomb. But even then, they're going to have a 1 ring. Even though I milled 2 forces, they still made the correct call and naming Force with that. So, brutal. And now, yeah, there's no point in bringing back mana because it's going to not do anything. Wild. Maybe that's why they went with 1 instead of 0 because they knew that they had a Karn coming. I guess this is just going to be Lattice and I'm going to die. So, damn. Okay, I didn't expect to lose with a force in hand, but this is kind of like pseudo defense grid. Pretty brutal. This matchup's got to be terrible, right? If they have Karns and they have Chalices. Yeah. Okay, cool. On to the next one. That was a quick and easy vanquishing of game 1. I don't think I did anything particularly wrong. Could have definitely mulliganed maybe, but I thought the hand was reasonable. Bring in negation and we'll bring in needle and that'll be it. And then I guess I'll take out Spell Bomb and Boots. And I mean, I was trimming some Painter Grindstone because of the Karns. This seems fine. What's wrong with this? All right. Game 2. Sand looks good. Keep. Oh, do I name... I still name the One Ring, though, right? I'm looking at this deck list. Oh, this deck has Force in it. Holy hell. Okay. I mean, I don't think that changes any of the choices I made along the way, but... There are only 3 One Rings, and there are 4 Karns. I'm losing if a Karn resolves, so I'm going to name the One Ring. This means I have less cards that I have to force. And this is actually 4 artifacts, so I can actually cast Thoughtcast right away, which is crazy. All right, well, it's a pretty good start. I probably should have cracked the bauble. Probably should have cracked the bauble to try to have double force up. Let me remedy that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna crack the bauble. I should have done it on my turn. I'm trying to play a little fast, and obviously that's not ideal, but just trying to do my best and put myself in the best position to do all the things that I want to do. Let's play an Urza Saga. And I think I'm supposed to play out the Emery. Obviously, it means I can't have double force up here, which is not great, but for the long-term sake of this game, I kind of need to have Bobble looping. Maybe I don't need to have Bobble looping. I have an Urza Saga. What is this? Oh, Dismember. Okay, well, that's acceptable. Yep. Okay, it is what it is. I have to force kind of Karn. I forgot there's also this Tidebinder. Yeah, this decklist is really cool. I don't know. I showed you guys in the beginning, but this decklist is super sick. I don't even know what a Portent of Calamity does. I think it was some kind of sorcery speed draw spell. But as long as I can get a construct before I get Tidebind, though I gotta read. I probably should read exactly what Tidebinder does. This is all Saga Gaming, so let me read Tidebinder real quick. Flash it to counter an activated activated or triggered ability. Okay, so I should probably have activated now then, in case they had played a blue source, right? Karn. All right. Well, I will. If I had another blue card, I would probably not use that version of the ability, but that's okay. I would probably hard cast it. But I do want to get Saga Token. Maybe I wouldn't hard cast it because getting a Saga Token for Karn is pretty good too. All right, so I think I'm just going to make infinite construct tokens here. I'm going to make this construct token, and then I'm going to... I wish I had a second needle. Again, I think that's the biggest change I would make to this list is a second needle. I am just going to get a Lotus Petal, and that way I can make another construct. I think I am supposed to just do this now so that I can't get it Tidebind. So, boom. What do they have? Ensnaring Bridge? They do have an Ensnaring Bridge, but their hand will be too large. Probably? Well, maybe not. So if they have, like, fast mana Ensnaring Bridge, then that would do it. Because these things are huge. I mean, Saga Gaming has been the name of the game for me this whole entire tournament. All I've done is Saga Gaming, and Saga Gaming. All right, on to game 3. I love it. Quick and easy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same idea here. I don't think I'm supposed to be playing like Spellbomb or Dismember for Tidebinder. It doesn't sound right to me, so let's run it back. Game 3, quick and easy. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. This is a cool deck, though. I was trying to play Ancient Tomb stock-up decks, and this is an Ancient Tomb stock-up deck. This is a colorless / blue deck. Very cool. I'm pretty impressed by that deck. It looks cool. It's not Mystic Forge, which is probably what I would want to be doing, but this hand's pretty sweet. Got a Force. Got an Emery. Almost have a Rebuke up. Probably get Dismembered here, I guess. It's fine, though. It's not great, but it's fine. I guess I'm pretty far from Thoughtcast, so it's not ideal. I don't think... Oh, I binned a Lotus Petal and a Grindstone. I don't think I would force Dismember here, so... This card is hard to Kozilek's Command, which is sweet. Alright, so that is every land. So this thing now makes 3 mana. That's crazy. So this is just an instant 4 mana. Wow, it's so cool. This doesn't happen in Vintage. It just doesn't... This is not what's going on. No play, though? What does that mean? Does that mean Kozilek's Command? I don't really know what no play there means. What's no play mean? Maybe they're just F6 checking me? Unclear. Land would be pretty cool. Another Petal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Petal, and I'm going to play Petal. Oh, are we getting Tidebindered? Oh, because this can loot into Tidebinder. Ah, I see. I finally figured out what's going on here. I will Metallic Rebuke their Tidebinder for sure. Oh, this is oh, exile cards from the yard. Okay, I'll just Metallic Rebuke this. It's fine. If I don't play Thoughtcast, I can still play Thoughtcast this turn, so I see the line. Oh, okay. They're gonna force on this. Yes, this is fine, I think. I lose a Petal, but I can get a Petal back next turn, so I think that's okay. This is like not the end of the world, right? I think forcing back would be pretty greedy. Be pretty greedy. I don't know. This feels like I have a lot of interaction here. I don't have a looper with my Emery, though. This is like another Kozilek's command. Okay, that one I think I will just hit it with the negation pitch rebuke. And then we'll cast Thoughtcast. Bobble. Look at your top card. Force. Bobble. I guess it doesn't really matter if I look at their top card again or not. So this is going to be something with force backup. Stock up with force backup, possibly. I think I just force this stock up so in case they don't already have a blue card for force. Because I'm just going to try to grind with this bobble. They have force. They're going to draw consign. I'm going to make this... I think I'm going to make this blue. Does make their force easier to pitch, but they already are going to draw a card to pitch to force, and I don't have, necessarily the ability to pitch to force here. Okay. Play a Saga. Let's play another Bauble. Let's use the Bauble. Ancient Tomb. Pass. I have everything up. I should have attacked. So they have Force and they have Consign. Like maybe they'll consign my Saga trigger here. I drew Grindstone. No. Let's just cast Thoughtcast. I mean, everything is going to be winning here. I guess I'm interested in... I think I'm interested in just waiting and making a construct for one turn, and then next turn I'll go for double Grindstone. I should attack. I don't really want to play Tameo. I don't think that matters. I think I'd rather have a blue card for Force. Maybe that's silly. I have plenty of cards. I probably should just play Tameo. I just feel like I'm going to... Maybe they'll consign my Saga trigger, thinking I don't already have a Grindstone. I mean, I'm going to win the game here, right? Guess that means I need to drop from TFT if possible. This day has been crazy. All right, I'm definitely going for it. Yeah, they're gonna consign. They're going to consign this so that I don't get the grindstone, but I have a grindstone in my hand, so that's okay. Okay, this is fine. This makes sense. Like, this play makes sense for my opponent, but I already have the grindstone, so I got him. And then I will activate targeting. Oh, they have Emrakul or no? Oh, they have Emrakul. I'm so stupid. I don't think I let in. I don't think I left in a thing. Okay, I might have messed up here. I just didn't even see they had Emrakul. Okay, well, that means I need to play a longer game now. I kind of made a mistake here. I'm gonna still mill them on upkeep, but um, I think they have Emrakul in their deck. I should have played something with my Emery as well. Oh, they don't have the Emrakul. I see. Okay. That's crazy. All right. Sorry, I got so distracted. I just started blundering all over the place. The good news is I dropped from the other tournament, so I will finish off this video and hopefully win a Kai Saratari painting. Crazy. Oh my god. All right, quick update. I have dropped from the TFT event, so the top 4 in the finals of this event will be full focus. Obviously, I was really I was distracted during that final match. I played very poorly. Obviously, I got extremely lucky because my opponent did have their Emrakul in hand. Their one Emrakul was in hand. So my Painter Grindstone actually worked when it really shouldn't have worked. I should probably have kept in a Spell Bomb to counteract that, but I wasn't really paying enough attention to the deck list and what was going on. So I got a little lucky. I do think that even regardless of me going for Grindstone there, I would still end up winning that game, right? I have a Saga token, I have a Tameo, I have an Emery with a Bobble, and I have multiple forces. So even though my opponent has a force, like the likelihood they're going to resolve any spell that's relevant in the rest of that game, while I'm just going to continue to accumulate resources, I am probably going to win anyways, despite my horrendous play. Shout out to my opponent, super nice about everything, and like I said, I've been playing very poorly all day today, but that one might have been my absolute worst match because I just was not focused. But now I've dropped from the TFT event. I'm really sad because one of my last remaining goals in TFT is to play these trials and cup level events, but I mean, I'm in the top 4 here. I can win a Kai painting, so I will see you in the top 4. All right, here we go. On to the semifinals. Now you get full focus, Justin. You might even get some adequate gameplay somewhere along the line. Can't promise it though. Maybe I'll be even worse now that I have no distractions. I don't know why we're here. I don't know how we're here because I truly feel like I played very poorly today, but that's okay. Sometimes Magic is about other things. I haven't played badly, but I've played poorly. Those are different things. Maybe those are different things. Who knows? In the finals here, not finals, semifinals. We are on to the semifinals, and we've got vintage regular here. This is Brandon Watson, Mayhem DJ, with looks like it's going to be a very vintage deck. It's that colorless Mystic Forge combo deck that we played earlier in the event. It's this one right here. So we are looking at, oh, it's a little bit different this time. No, actually, it's probably similar. Just different format layout. The 1 ring, 4 1 ring, 2 forge in the main with a forge in the board. I think that's the opposite of what the last player we played against had. I think they might have had 3 1 rings and 3 forges or whatever. Either way, there's forges in the board. 4 Karns, 3 Tezzerets, 2 Ugins, and 4 Fleshraker. There is a Candelabra and a Mishra's Research deck, and there's 1 Needle and there's 1 Lantern. Those are things that we have to be aware of in the main, is that Needle and that Lantern stopping us from doing Emeries or Grindstones or whatever. Yeah, so this is going to be about bringing in those negations, not like previous past Justin, who only brought in 2 negations like an idiot. I don't know if we're going to bring in Waste Dismember for just the Fleshraker. Probably not. I think we're probably going to fit that 4 negation, that Needle in, and try to make sure there's no Karns resolved, no Forges, and no Rings resolved. So that's going to be my plan. Hopefully this will get started soon, and I will see you for these semifinals. And here we go, semifinals, vintage pair off here in Legacy. I can't imagine I am supposed to put back a hand with Force against this deck, so I'm going to keep this hand. I'm not happy about this hand, obviously. I'm going to need a lot of help, but like a Seat of the Cyanide would be really good. But I just can't imagine I'm supposed to put back a Force hand against this like Turbo Karn deck. That's totally a reasonable draw here. Definitely one that's going to stay in play. And here we go. All right. Full focus. Let's beat up on some more Mystic Forge nonsense. Even if I don't draw the artifacts or lands on my next turn, I still get to search for an artifact with Saga and get things rolling. And from that point, we'll get, a Tameo going or a Thoughtcast going, and I think it'll be fine. Probably just picture the stock up to Force to counter Karn. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have too many payoffs in hand. Obviously, we only have 1 Force, and we're not putting a bunch of pressure on our opponent. So there is certainly there are certainly problems here from our side of the table, but I think it's a thing we can push through. So let's try. Got a Bauble, got an Opal, and my opponent is allowed to go. Let's see what opponent has for us. If it's the Planar Nexus, that'll be 4 mana immediately to cast Karns. Yep, it's the Planar Nexus. It's a Fleshraker. So I think I don't know if I'm supposed to force this Fleshraker. Is something I'm not sure about. Like, Karn is the biggest problem, but Fleshrakers can easily become issues. I think I'm going to force it. And this could be wrong, but like a lot of time these decks hinge really hard on that. If I hit my lands, I can make Saga tokens, and then I don't really care about Karn. Oh, I hit Seat of the Cyanide. God bless. That is such a sick draw. It's actually a crazy draw. I've ran so hot today. It's actually nonsense. So here, I think what I'm going to do is play my Seat, and then I'll play my Tameo out, but then I'll replay the Opal so I can make sure I make a construct. And I think that'll be my plan, because I'm 1, 2, 3 artifacts, so I don't want to, spend mana on a Thoughtcast here. So this way, I can at least kill a Karn. Obviously, a Ring is quite good here. Yeah. I don't have the Needle in the main. So I really think this deck might want a Needle in the main. Maybe that's crazy. At the very least, I definitely want 2 needles in the board. That's the thing that has been coming up more than any other, anything else. Got a key? No key. All right, so I'm going to make a construct, and then I think I'm going to use a Bauble. I can't use a Bauble. Look at my own. And then I will draw an extra card, and I will draw, and I will go, and I will do this. And then I will go and get... Now, what do I want to get? So I can't get Needle. And I could get a Boots, but my opponent is protected. So I probably just want to get a Petal so that I can cast Thoughtcast and flip my Tameo. And then I guess I play a new Tameo. So yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to do here. I could get a grindstone. If I get a grindstone, then I can't flip Tamio, which seems bad. So I think I will just get a petal. And then I'll attack to get the token. Obviously, I don't have to attack with this construct. That's okay. And then I will Thought Cast off of the petal, flipping the Tamio, plussing the Tamio, and then, ooh, do I want to play Emery or Saga? I think I don't need to play Saga here. I think I want to play the Emery. Then I'll go land, and then I'll play Emery. And I hope I don't die on this turn. There's a Painter. So if I had gotten, I mean, I had to flip. So I can buy back a Force or a Thought Cast next turn. So maybe it'll even be a Force. That'd be pretty good. But again, my opponent can maybe win on this turn. Like, who knows? Let's see what happens. I don't know. I don't know about forcing this Fleshraker. Let me know in the comments what you think about forcing the Fleshraker. Okay, Petal. I mean, they have a billion mana. 6, 7, Ugin. Exile Tamio. Okay. And I guess gain life and draw a card, I would assume, unless there's like a Tezzeret to play off of it to untap the ring. Oh my god, everything exiles. Okay. I mean, the good news here is that I still have my 2 construct tokens. How many Ugins? 2 Ugins? This card's crazy. What the hell? Makes mana. I mean, what could I have done about this? Nothing. I don't have another force, so. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's still pretty bad for me if my opponent has like glaring Fleshraker and multiple Lotus Petals and stuff, right? But maybe it was a mistake to counter the Fleshraker. I should have just countered the One Ring. I think we would have ended up in a very similar position either way, though. Wow. So this Kozilek's command is mana value. Wow. I'm getting bullied. And they get a blocker. Oh, shit. Okay, I think I am dead then. I'm actually just straight up dead, and I would need to draw Painter Grindstone, but they have a Needle in their main. Okay, so I need to... What the hell do I need to do? I need to attack the... I mean, attacking the Ugin does not even help me. Nothing helps me. This is all really bad. I need to not have my opponent get a Needle. I need them to not get a Needle, so I need to not play this Painter's Servant. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but definitely no point in playing the Tamio. But I think I'm not gonna have enough mana, right? I'll be 1 short no matter what. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Wow, that's really crazy. Ugin is so strong. I just don't know if, like, I had 1 choice in this game, right? It was the Fleshraker. Like, I had a couple other choices, but like the 1 choice that really mattered in this game was countering the Fleshraker or not, and I just don't know if that was correct. Like, obviously they didn't draw like a crazy amount of cards off this thing. They didn't have a manifold key. They didn't have any of that. They didn't go for Needle. That's good. I guess at least the Ugin is not ultimating yet, but that's pretty bad because that means they're gonna use it on the ring again. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I have an answer, but I'm certainly not winning. I kept a hand with a force though. Maybe yeah, maybe like I said, maybe just the wrong force. But even if I force like the ring instead, like if they have pedal off of Fleshraker, it's not very much slower, and then they're still gonna be able to get to this Ugin. Wipe away my whole board. I don't know. It would be a karmic justice though if I drop from TFT and then immediately lost in Legacy. That would be average happenings. This thing triggers on every colorless spell. Exile any color permanent. That's crazy. I mean, it is a 7-mana planeswalker. I get that. All right, here's the needle. So now the question is, do they needle grindstone or do they like accidentally needle saga? If they needle grindstone, I will concede probably. But if they needle saga, then they needle saga. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna continue playing this game then. I guess the problem is they can just have another Kozilek's command for the painter, right? So maybe it never works no matter what. Because even if I drew Grindstone right now, it costs me 3 to play Painter and Grindstone, and I would need another mana to activate, and I don't have another mana to activate if I play this as part of my 5 total mana, so... Yeah. I think opponent was definitely supposed to name Grindstone, and I would have conceded, because I don't think there's any, like, reasonable out here with Saga. Spellbomb... Okay, so again, I don't think I want to show my opponent anything. So I think what I'll do is I will go Spellbomb, cycle my Spellbomb, Ancient Tomb, and like hopefully just get randomly put in a position where I can get Grindstone and Painter them next turn. Like obviously they're protected right now, but I have the Saga going off. I assume I'm dead, but... Oh, this is +2. Okay. I assume I'm dead, but like, I see a vision, I see a line, so I might as well let it all happen, right? Like, what if my opponent's last 3 Kozilek commands are on the bottom, or whatever? So, I think it's worth letting this go. Like, they probably just draw to a Karn and kill me with that, but that's okay. Once they play a Karn, I can concede as well. Yeah, I think most things are killing me here, unfortunately. But, like, what if their hand's all lands, and they draw all lands, and who knows? I've bricked on a PO before, right? So... Fleshraker. It's probably not good for me. 19 life, though. Again, like, if they tap out, we have a chance to win. If they don't play a Karn, we have a chance to win. So I think it's worth letting them go through the ropes here. Jump through the hoops. Jump through the hoops. Go through the ropes. Yeah, okay, Justin. Sure. Oh, maybe they can actually kill me then. I forgot they have Manifold Key, right? So they can make this construct a lethal attacker. And deal like 8 damage of spells. Okay, yeah, maybe I do just die here. That's fine. If that's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be done. Every time they use a key on a ring, it's 1 less key for construct or something. I don't know. think we're not making it, but let them do it. Let them go for it. Oh, I guess a Kozilek's command for 10 or whatever is also killing us. Yeah, that looks like what's happening here. Which is fine. Again, I don't know. Like the one choice I made this game was impactful. Was I was supposed to counter the Fleshraker on turn 2 or not? And my vintage heuristic is always yes for that. But in Legacy, maybe it's not the same or something. It's kind of unclear. I'd be interested to hear if like a Forge player let me know. I guess I did lose to Forge in round 1 of this event too, so maybe I'll lose to Forge twice. That'd be pretty funny. I don't really have like it's like not like I don't have like the heavy hitter sideboard cards, right? Like the heavy hitter sideboard card would be Null Run. We thought about maybe bringing in Barrow-Geist, right? Because but they have little blockers, so that would be terrible. Because they are gonna like Karn us. But I think the way forward is just negate all the Karns and bring in a needle and hope it's enough. I think like this is the kind of matchup you really want to have null rods and those kind of things. So. All right, I'm gonna make my opponent find the unblockable construct here, which I'm sure he will. I have lots of faith in my opponent to do that, but I am gonna make him find it. I believe we went to combat because we knew we could do it, so. I could have Otawara technically. No, I guess I can't. All right, I can't block, so I'm dead. All right, game one is over. Game one has been over, though, for a little bit. I'm going to bring in Needle. I don't think I'm going to bring in the Dismembers this time. I think that's not what I want. I want to bring out these Spell Bomb and Boots, and I still don't hate the idea of another Spell Bomb, but like maybe I'll take out a Painter. Yeah, maybe I'll kind of off it. Maybe I just want to do... Yeah. Okay. Let's go with this. All right, so I'm looking for a really high power start. I have, you know, the ability to, you know, have these kind of Lotus Petal, Opal hands deploying Emery and Tamio on turn one. Those are the kind of things we're really looking for here. Negation, Saga. Yeah, I mean, I think this is within range. It's really not a good hand, right? This is not a good hand by any means, but I think it's a kind of hand that can work, and a kind of hand I'm not really willing to mulligan, but maybe this is silly. Like, it is a mulligan already, basically, a mulligan to 6 or so. But I don't think... I need a force in my hand, right, to play this match. I feel like if you don't have a force, it doesn't really work. And I have a threat. If I can find another blue card, now I have 2 forces, and I'll have constructs going, and I'll have a needle off the... Like, if they play a ring here, I'll let the ring resolve and get a needle. That, I guess, is a huge problem, so I probably need to force it. Because I can't attack through that, so... Maybe I do need Dismembers in. Thought cast. I think I'm just going to get a needle on the one ring here. The question is, do I use this thought cast, or is that too greedy? It's probably too greedy, right? If I miss on a blue card, I think they Karn me. Maybe if they Karn me, I don't actually care. I have 2 constructs, right? Huh. I didn't think that through, maybe. No, I want to be able to hit a Ugin. I mean, even an Ugin is probably beatable from this spot. No, I think what I did is correct. I think I have the pressure, so I just want to hold open my counterspell. I don't want to give an opportunity to lose by just not having blue. Karn. Okay, I'm just gonna negate it. Maybe I don't need to negate it, but like I probably have to negate whatever comes off the Karn anyways, right? So, but I mean, if they do Ugin here, it's pretty bad as well. Maybe it's not that bad. I don't have any colored permanents in play. I can't like win with these things through the creatures though. Maybe this is just a terrible idea. Like, if they're gonna go exile one, make a bajillion dudes here. Yeah. Oh no, they just went for a jillion dudes plus draw card. Scry 5. Okay, I think I'm dead. But like, can I afford to not counter either of the 2 things that happened in this game with my plan? Maybe my plan is terrible. Maybe I need consigns in the board. I don't know. This doesn't feel good. This feels really bad. I don't know the solution, but We're gonna use all of these things. Oh, for a Mystic Forge. Okay. My best draw is like another negation. A grindstone. All right. Well, I think that means that I'm just attacking and it's the game. I mean, I could not play that land, but it's fine. I mean, I can't millstone them. Millstoning myself doesn't really help. It's just like how is the top of their deck, basically, and they have lots of looks, so... I think that just means yeah, that's so bad for me. Immediate Flesh Raker. And they can always exile more cards. I can't get in. Okay, I think I'm going to lose again. Yeah, this looks like a lost cause. But did I really make a mistake? Or is it just not a good spot? They keep using constructs, like spawns, but don't you want to keep spawns? I mean, maybe if you just have enough spawns, it doesn't matter. Wow, that makes about 1,000,000 mana, doesn't it? Wow. That's crazy. No, you don't have to do that. You can just untap these 3 lands with the candelabra, right? Feels like I feel like I want to keep that key for the top of my library with Forge, unless they have they must already have a Kozilek's command here and they're killing me. I should have responded maybe if they like use the candelabra, I respond and I mill them. Yeah, I'm gonna respond to this and mill in case there's a thing on top. I guess it still kills me, so who cares? But yeah, I mean, I'm still dead, so it doesn't actually help. I tried though. I was dead if I didn't, and I'm dead if I do. So, all right. I quit my event and immediately died. Of course. I don't know. This felt really bad though. I don't feel like I have the right tools. Like I feel like you want consigned memories. I feel like you want null rods. I feel like it's problematic in a lot of ways. And maybe I'm wrong. I just have to bring in Dismember, right, for their 4 creatures. But I also, maybe I'm wrong in keeping my hand, right? Because I kept this hand, on the back that these Saga tokens can get in there. And I had negation, right? I didn't even have force for my, for the Fleshraker. So maybe I just like can't be keeping Saga Gaming hands. I feel like Saga Gaming hands in general should be pretty good against the deck that only has 8 pseudo 8 creatures. GG's. All right. I've been bested. Top 4 is as far as I go here in the Legacy event. I lost both of my matches to Workshop, Forge Shop, or whatever that thing is called. I think this deck is really cool. Obviously I don't have any excuses for that semifinals because I was full focused, all in. I do think that it's likely that this matchup is not as good as I would hope it would be, and maybe you need some hardcore answers if you want to be able to beat it. The things that come into mind are consigned to memory is probably the best, right? So maybe this sideboard needs some consigned to memories. We didn't really have a lot of Hydroblast matchups today. I think we had 1 Hydroblast matchup. Because I don't think this Barrowglyph can come in against this matchup here. So at that point, you're on, hoping you're Dismember. I mean, obviously the 4 negation is going to help, but if that deck is specifically a problem, then you might need to have some consigns. So overall today, though, we played against a variety of different decks, multiple 2 blue-black tempo, 1 blue-red tempo, 1 blue-black Reanimator, 2 Mystic Forge, another Ugin deck, kind of a whole gauntlet, a Cephalid Breakfast. So it was a pretty sweet run. Like I said, I know that I played very poorly today. Sometimes I think I played poorly, or today I know I played poorly. I learned a lot of things along the way, and I hope you guys did too. hopefully this non-vintage content was still enjoyable for you. And if you want to, make sure you subscribe and check out more gameplay content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll see you then.